But yeah, so yeah, I've had a Hewlett Packard, a HP laptop for like 7, 8 years. Good little laptop. I mean, obviously, like when I went into PC World, the guy asked me, "Now, what do you need it for?" I was like, basic stuff, Microsoft Word. I mean, I don't know how to use Excel like that, but yeah, Excel, sending couple emails, that's it. So yeah, I just bought a little cheap one. I think it cost me like £500. You don't need to be spending no crazy money on no damn laptop. Yeah, yeah, but man will be spending like 1,500 on a flipping gaming laptop. What do you need a gaming laptop for? You shouldn't have time to be fucking gaming. You should be working. Me, obviously, I still got paperwork to do, but I looked at the time earlier. I'm like, oh, it's 6:30, it's nearly 7 o'clock, whatever. And I'm like, right, I can fit in a little 2 hour live stream. Yeah. If I've got a couple of hours free, yeah, then yeah, I'll do a little live stream and that. I want to occupy, listen, every hour of my day, I want to make sure it's allotted to making some money. Even if it's not directly, I get paid, I get paid sooner or later and that. Yeah. You don't want to think to yourself, yeah, like, oh, I've got all these hours allotted throughout the day, but none of these hours are bringing me back any money. You don't want to think to yourself, right, I've got 2 hours free, I'm going to go and play video games. Nah, you want to think, I've got 2 hours free, let me do something that's going to bring me back some money, whether it's today or whether it's in a year. But at least those 2 hours you've invested into something. I can't stand here when I look back and I think to myself, I've just wasted the whole day or, 6 hours. You see, people that ain't got nothing going on, they don't give a damn about wasting time as long as they're not bored. Nah. Yeah, big up man like Dulce David, big up YS. You lot, let me know, yeah, if on YouTube the playback is lagging. Hopefully it's not. What's your opinion? What's the worst part about low-rise jeans on a woman? What's that? So this is a good little question. So someone called Four Eyes says or asks, am I a coconut for not liking dealing with my own ethnic? So basically they're saying this person is probably black, obviously. Um, is he a coconut because he doesn't like other black women? No. At the end of the day, yeah, if you don't find them attractive and that, or you don't click with them because they're just on some neck shit and that, what the fuck? You're supposed to just what? Are we just gonna date women because we're supposed to date a specific type of woman? No, you date who the fuck you want to date. If you only like to date 60-year-old old grannies, then date 60-year-old old grannies. Yeah? Date who you want to date, as long as it's above the legal age. Yes, be careful now. Nah, man, don't let these people pressure you into dating because you're supposed to date this particular race and that. Someone said, appreciate the advice, nearly ready to buy my first house. Okay, that's good. Someone said, Unc, thoughts on inheritance tax. Yeah, it's a fucking ripoff. How the hell, yeah? Listen, someone has accumulated X amount of money. So they've already paid tax on it at some point. How the hell, yeah, can change in hands, the money that's changing hands, why are you taxing that? It's not like someone's being paid a sum of money. Say an employer is paying an employee a sum of money. Someone has inherited it from their auntie or their uncle or their mum or their dad. Why are you going to tax them on it? Fucking rip off, man. But obviously, I think there's like ways around it and some stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't need to worry about no inheritance money. No one that come before me has got any fucking money. Yeah? No one that come before me has got any money. So I don't need to worry about no inheritance tax. You know, I should be in a position where I'm thinking like, yo, you know, there should be 300 grand coming my way. Yeah. But you know, the government's gonna try and get their nasty hands on it, and that should be the problem that I'm having. Yeah. Whereas I'm thinking, boy, hey, nothing coming my way. Crazy. Yeah, so yeah, Dulce David, I heard about that situation. Yeah, it's nuts, man. This hang around with the wrong people, man. Hang around with the wrong people. Someone said MacBooks look fancy, but probs not necessary for daily tasks. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. So KB asked me about. Oh, so KB asked, how old are you? I'm 33. Do you wear any branded clothes? Nope. Obviously, I've got a Versace robe and that, but I'm not into designer brands. I just don't care. Me, I've got more money than 99.9% of people that are gonna watch this video. Or sorry, watch this live or watch this video. You never know. Well, this will eventually be on TikTok. And I guarantee you, everyone that watches my videos, they got more drip in their wardrobe than me. But guess what? See, I know someone had to drop them out and that. A man moved like a gal, bragging about a 20 grand wardrobe. Big man, you live in a council house. Unbelievable. A man is bragging about like, yeah, my wardrobe's worth 20 grand, but you live in a council house. See, that's the thing. Yeah, you're better off spending that 20 grand on a property, even if the property only brings you about £400 profit every month. At least it's bringing you back some money. At least it's generating some money. What are the clothes generating you? This is the thing. You man will have a wardrobe worth 5, 10, 20 grand and that. You got top tier 10 out of 10 clothes, if we want to rate the clothes and that. But are you dealing with top tier 10 out of 10 chicks? Be honest. And okay, let's say you get that 110 per 2 years. That ain't good enough. The hell am I spending 20 grand on clothes and I'm getting 110 every couple of years? Man will have all this drip, all this designer, but man ain't beat nothing in 4 months. Fuck, man. What's the point? I have nice Mercedes and that, yeah, or whatever, latest BMW and that. But you know, like, you just feel like these girls are in your car just because you got a nice car. You just feel like these girls are around you just for nice dates and that. So where's the fucking money, man? So it's only a waste of money when you're actually stretching yourself to pay for these things. There's some youths, just some random youths, you know, like just one of 1,000 people nowadays. You know what, Michael? Yeah, what one, Jamal? Yeah, can we start a podcast, man? Yeah, some random youths. Nobody cares about them. Nobody's gonna ever remember their name. They have an impact on 0 people's lives. Yeah. One of the youths was upload a video on TikTok talking about like, yo, man was gassed to get whatever CLA or some sort of Mercedes and that. And yeah, he's like, yo, man, yeah, go here, go there, go here, yeah. But then he's like, yo, on the 3rd of the month or whatever and that. When I saw that 450 come out of my account, I was thinking like, is it actually what he said? He started to hate the car, blood. Yeah, the youth said he started to hate the car. Do you know why? Because it's too expensive. I guarantee you, if that car did cost him £50 a month, yeah, he would be in love with that car. But yo, the hate is synonymous with the fact that he just thinks, I think this car is too expensive. From what I'm getting out of it, it's not worth it. Now, if he had that £450 a month car and he was banging 210s a week, then yeah, of course it's fucking worth it. But that ain't the case. That ain't the case. We got Quincy 45. Is fun or anything nice out of the question for Jay Wise? Listen, I have fun when I ride my motorbike. The thing is, yeah, you man will think, oh, Jay's boring or whatever. And that, brother, you don't know, yeah, what goes on in my life. Like, I get enjoyment and fun out of doing things. Yeah, like making videos, cutting them up, and that, going for motorbike rides and that. I'm a very simple man. I'm not hard to. It's not hard for me to please myself, and that's the best way to be. Imagine, yeah, for you to feel fulfilled, you need to go skydiving, bungee jumping. You need to be on yachts and private jets and that. Imagine you need to do all that to feel fulfilled, to feel happy and that. Whereas a man, me, to make me feel fulfilled and that, obviously I need to have good health. I need to have money in my fucking bank. I need to have money coming in. Yeah. Ride my little motorbike and that. Fam, that's me. I'm a simple man. Yeah. Simplicity is the way forward. This is why I have a clean house, because I don't have nothing in it. So it's not hard to maintain and clean. The people have got fucking 100 items in their house, yeah? I've seen these people's living rooms and you know what sort of work they go to people's house every day. Yo, they got so much stuff in their living room. How do you clean this living room properly? Nothing but junk. So yeah, man, I just keep it simple, man. Man said I wouldn't let my wife near you. I mean, that's... Anyway, anyway. Someone said, you looking to expand your property portfolio? I mean, yeah, right now, as of today, I'm not in the rush to buy another property, you know. When I completed on this house, because this is property number 6 that I'm in right now, yeah, I had enough money to put down a deposit on another property. But I'm just thinking to myself, I would have to put down like 10 grand stamp. So the stamp duty would be like 10 grand. 10 grand, that's half of a property deposit. So this Groove Guru, the Congolese flag, would you recommend buying a buy-to-let first or one to live in first? So it just depends, isn't it? Like I've said before, like if you live at your mom and dad's house and you get along with them, you have a good relationship, then you know maybe just go and buy a buy-to-let property in that. Now and remain at your mom's house. But let's say yeah, you don't really get along too well with your mom and dad and that, then maybe you might need to buy your own house and live in it. Because obviously with the buy-to-let property, that's going to bring you back a return. When you live in the house, you're not going to make any money from it unless you get a lodger. You can do that. Get a lodger then. And then you have to ask yourself, yeah, let's say you don't get along with your mom and dad. Why are you available to not get along with your mom and dad? Because when I was working at that infamous Holborn job, I never saw my mom. Like I said to you many times before, I would get up at like 6:30. My mom would make me a cup of tea. I'll get ready, shower and that. By 7:15, I would just run out of the house, yeah, to Edmonton Green train station. Then I wouldn't get back until 9 p.m., 11 p.m., just depends. And I would go into the kitchen and my food would be in the microwave. I'll warm it up, eat, go to bed, and that's it. And that was happening for 4.5 months straight. Now, obviously, on Saturday and Sunday, I used to finish at 5 o'clock, only because I wasn't allowed to work until 8 o'clock on a Sunday and Saturday. Yeah. So obviously, back then, my mom used to just work the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So my mom would finish work at like 8 p.m. So if I finished at 5, obviously I'll get home at like, I don't know, 6:30 or something like that. And then I'll just rest for a little bit and I'll go and pick up my mom. I always go and pick up my mom from work. My mom ain't riding no fucking bus. Yeah. So I'll go and pick up my mom and bring her back. But yeah, other than that, I never used to see my mom. Maybe when I used to go and pick up my mom, I'll say, would you want to go and get Nando's? And that she'll be like, yeah, she ain't going to say no. So we go and get Nando's or something. So, but yeah. So if you're not getting along with your parents, It's probably because you're too available to get along with your parent. You should be grinding 12 hours a day every day. You should be locked in your room, just working on something, not playing video games. You should be working on big plans to take over the universe. You should be producing. Get off YouTube, stop watching JY's TV and make something of yourself. When did you last play games on Xbox and PlayStation 5? Like, if we're being technical now, yeah, a couple of years ago, I went to my nephew's house. Yeah, so I went to my sister's house. I've got a sister that's the same age as me. Yeah, so I went to my nephew, go and see my nephew on his birthday. We played FIFA. This was like 2 years ago. The boy kicked my ass. Yeah, he was battering me on FIFA. I think I beat him one time. Yeah. Other than that, before that, maybe in 2021, I switched on Black Ops on Xbox 360 and played it a couple times. But before that, like in the last 10 years, I can count on one hand how many times I played Xbox in the last 10 years. I don't play video games. The last video game I bought was Black Ops 2 when it first came out. So you know we're going back far. Yeah? 011 or something like that. So this guy said, my new girlfriend is Russian and she forces me to work hard, fam. I mean, that's good. Like, obviously, I don't really like the term she forces me, because no one should be forcing you to work hard. You should just want to work hard just because. And I hope she ain't forcing you to work hard because you're some workhorse or whatever in that. Because please believe, there's certain man out here, yeah? This is how you know, yeah? Certain man just need a mummy in their life. I remember hearing my stepdad say this years ago when I was in school. He had a work colleague, yeah, that the man used to work, but the wages never got paid into, say the man's name is John. The wages never got paid into John's account. The wages fucking got paid into Catherine, his controlling wife's account. And she used to break him off some money and say, here's £40 for the weekend. How can you not manage and control your finances as a man? That's what I'm saying, yeah. These women go for these little, like, men that are like little boys that need to be mummied, and these guys, they want mummies. Unbelievable. How the hell, yeah, are you working and your wages don't get paid into your account? They get paid into your wife's account, not a joint account, into your wife's account. This guy has probably been divorced by now as well. And the maddest thing is, this guy, yeah. Oh God. So the maddest thing is, yeah, this guy will be working, the money gets paid into his wife's account. She will be secretly putting money away, saving it, yeah. And then when it comes to them getting divorced and that, she's got a big stack, 15, 20K, that he can't claim to have any of it, because he probably doesn't even know that she's been stashing away this money. Even if they didn't happen to this particular guy that I'm talking about, in some way, if you ask enough people in the history of the world, that has happened. Unbelievable. Fucking stupidness, man. So a man try and mock me, yeah? He says, so your bloodline's broke. Yeah. And I'm fine with my bloodline being broke. But it stops here. Yeah. You see all of that generations of poverty and that, it stops with me. There's going to be some changes around here. Yeah. No one in the history of my bloodline was able to leave properties behind for the next generation, i.e. their son or daughter. I've already done it. I don't even have no son or daughter yet, but I've already got properties waiting there for them. So I've broken the generational curse. So yeah, and this is the thing. Obviously, this person's a troll. They're a hater. Hey, it's more of a reflection on you than anything. But it's like, it just makes me laugh, innit? Yeah, like a man's laughing at that. I come from a broke bloodline. I cannot control my beginnings, but I can control my end. I can control my present, and that's exactly what I'm doing. How imagine mocking someone from coming from a poor family or having a poor bloodline. What's that got to do with me? I had no control of what jackass came before me, but I can control who comes after me and how they're living. They got Fling 420, one of the members, them, hey, join the membership. There's videos that you will never see on YouTube public or on TikTok. You ain't gonna see it nowhere. You have to literally go onto the members to watch the video. When it comes to that time, will you put your wealth in a trust? Yeah, probably. I mean, I heard people talking about it. I haven't looked into it because I'm not really bothered at the moment. Yo, currently doing free work experience after level 3 electrical feels like a waste of time. Hey, listen, sometimes in life you're gonna feel like you're wasting time, but yeah, it will pay off. Not every single time. This is the risk you have to take. No risk, no reward. Hey, don't offer to do the free work experience. Don't offer to work for free and just be like everybody else. Set yourself apart from the rest. You may have to do 3 weeks of free work experience 3 times before you get someone to offer you an apprenticeship. The risk you gotta take. Everyone at some point has to work for free. Everyone at some point has to work for little to nothing. Me, before, yeah, I was getting paid. I ain't getting paid on YouTube, but before I was monetized on YouTube, I had made over 1,200 videos for free, not a penny. On my JWise TV 2.0 that you lot are watching me on right now on TikTok, I upload videos. I ain't monetized on that account. I'm monetized on the other account, so I get paid on the other account. But this account here, I don't get paid. I'm working for free. I'm doing all this work, and one day I could just release one video and they think, right, we're going to take away that whole entire account. Hey, this is the risk I'm taking. All those man hours, yeah, uploading videos, cutting up videos and that. Working for free. When rappers are first starting out, they're rapping for free. Furthermore, they're paying for studio time. Got to take that risk. Little youths, kids that are playing football, have a passion for football and that, they're playing for free. But furthermore, their parents are paying for their football sessions and that. It might not pay off, but you got to be in it to win it. You go around, yeah, and you talk to 20 girls. You don't know if you're going to get any numbers. You don't know what's going to happen. You got to do it for free. It may pay off. It may not pay off, but you got to be in it to win it. Yeah? I don't believe in luck. Like, some people are just lucky. But what I'm saying is, yeah, listen, you got to see life as like a dartboard. Yeah. You know what a dartboard is, yeah? And you got to see yourself just being someone who has no skill at darts. And you're just throwing and you're just trying to make an attempt. You've got 10,000 darts. If you throw enough darts, no matter how shit you are, you're going to land bullseye. Yeah? Now, the more skilled you are, the quicker you're going to land bullseye. But if you have 10,000 darts and you keep making attempts, eventually you're going to land bullseye. Like with me, with my content, I know my content is good. So one day, I mean, it's taking a fucking long time, but one day I will blow up. One day I will get lucky. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, the GOAT. So people seem to think that his videos, all his videos were just about bashing women. Yo, go back to his old videos before he had the nice new setup. Yeah, where he was doing it into some other room. He was getting on to the man them. And one day, I'm not going to say luck, but what I'm saying is, yo, you keep putting the content out there. One day you just get that lucky break. But you only get that lucky break because your thing was good in the first place. You know what I mean? But, you know, maybe if he never made that video where he said you're average at best and that, maybe, yeah, it would have taken him a couple more years later to blow up. Who knows? But you just got to be in it to win it. You got to be consistent. Show up every single day and work. Put in the effort. Like even I mentioned about, you know, approaching gal and that. Yo, most of the time you're gonna go up to a girl. If you get the number, it's probably not even gonna go anywhere anyway. But if you approach enough girls, eventually one of them is gonna be your girlfriend. I've got one proper girlfriend out there. I had a girl, you know, like a situation ship and that, where you're going back and forth and that for over a couple of years and that. But yo, if I never approached them, if I thought, oh, this is a waste of time, I'm never gonna approach no girls because the last 5 girls never gave me their number, yo, I would have never hooked up with them. So you just gotta be in it to win it. You ain't got nothing to lose. You've got more to gain than you've got to lose. I tell you that for free. Because let's say as well, yeah, with like making attempts in anything, if you ain't gonna physically lose any money or whatever in that, then naturally you've got more to gain. Big up man like Steve Harvey. Like I used to say to you lot before, yeah. Like there was no like Andrew Tate. Well, I mean, maybe Andrew Tate used to make. Yeah, Andrew Tate probably did. Yeah, he did make videos back then. Like maybe like 8 years ago. I don't know. But hold on. I would have been 25 8 years ago. Nah, way before that. I'm talking like when I was like 19. Now Andrew Tate wasn't about on social media back then. Obviously, I only started watching him when he got that mass banning. You know when they took away all his bank accounts and shit like that. That's when I started watching him like 2 years ago. But yeah, I used to watch Steve Harvey in that. And one thing he said that's always stuck with me: the dream has to be bigger than the fear. So basically, let's say your dream is to be a comedian or a rapper or whatever in that. Your dream, your goal has to be bigger than the fear. You gotta want what you're striving to get. That needs to be bigger than the fear. Imagine not going for what you want in life because you're afraid. That's cowardly, man. If you had to pick a religion, what would it be if you're already not? I don't know. None. I'll say, wow, 33 in your own 6 properties. Yeah, respect. How much do you have in the bank account? Let me catch you. Keep the same energy. Hey, catch me. Can you show me 50K liquid right now, even with all your properties and that? No, I don't have 50 cash liquid. And I don't care about having 50 grand in cash liquid. Why do I need 50 grand? Why do I even need 20 grand in cash liquid? What am I spending that 20 grand on right now apart from another property in that? Guys got expensive clothes, but they should be in work clothes most of the time. Yeah. You see me, yeah? Most of the time, I'm in work clothes. So Monday to Friday, obviously, I'm in work clothes and that. But Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing some sort of work anyway. I don't even get to wear my clothes. I'm either in work clothes or motorbike gear. Yeah? That's me. Because I'm either working or engaging and indulging in my hobby, which is riding motorbike. Right, listen. So on Saturday, yeah, I must have went down to northwest London, like Kenton, just near Harrow, them sides there. And then I picked up my bike and that, yo, I was beating up the road with that bike, boy. So I got my R6 back because I've been in the garage a little while still. So yeah, I was chopping up that road, boy. Because when I first got on the bike, I think, this bike's kind of shit, man. It's not like the R1. But yo, once I got back into riding it, I was like, yo, this bike is cold. Do you know what? When I was on it, because obviously I took the bike up the M1, M25, M1 to Luton and back. When I was on the M25 coming back, I'm thinking, do you know what? Even though the R1 is faster, there's more torque and that, I still think the R6 is more fun to ride because it's not as powerful that you have to push it more. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, riding bike is just too cold, man. That is my greatest hobby. I remember, yeah, when I was living at my mom's yard, every Saturday it was like clockwork. Yeah? I'm a man of routine. Yeah, literally, my stepdad knew my routine because my mum used to work on the weekends and that. Yeah, so I would literally get up, go to taekwondo on a Saturday, come back, get my motorbike, push the bike through the house, run upstairs, have another shower, because I was shower before Taekwondo and after Taekwondo. Run upstairs, have a shower, get on the motorbike, go for like a 2-hour ride, come back, chill for like another hour or two, go out for another ride, come back, get my car, and go and get my mum. And then the next day, Sunday, I will just ride around on the bike for a couple hours, come back. Literally, it's basically the same thing, minus the Taekwondo. I'm a man of routine, boy. Literally. My stepdad can literally sit down and think, right, he's going to come back in the house. He's going to push the bike through. He's going to run upstairs, go in the shower, go downstairs, get on the bike, go for a ride. He'll be back in 2 hours. Literally. But that man, a routine, boy. Yeah, respect you, man, for the follows. Someone said, what's the purpose of life for you? My purpose is to be successful and leave my success and assets behind for my children. That's my purpose. That is my purpose. Is to set up and provide for my children. I want my children to understand at some point in their life, yeah, when they get old enough to really understand that, yo, my dad actually, or our dad actually set us up, you know. Right? Or let's say like the great grandchildren, yeah. Yo, we had this granddad, you know, like he set us up. You see them people in their manor houses in Surrey, they've never met the person who owned the property that they live in, but they're fortunate enough to have genetic ties to that individual. So their great grandfather times 5 has bought some manor house because he was rich back in the day, and they've been able to keep it through the families, through the generations. Now, obviously, with social media and that, like, literally, my great grandchildren could be watching this video in the next 120 years because of social media and that. Now, I mean, unfortunately, back in the day, people never had cameras and shit like that. But yeah, man, your hard work can live on through your children and your children's children and that. Someone said, what happens if the kids don't protect the assets you left behind? Nah, there's ways, yeah, of being able to put stuff in place where, like, you have a property that gets rented out and the kids can only touch the profit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's ways to find ways to put stuff in place where, like, you have a property that's a rental property that the only way the kids can touch the money is the profits and that. You could set things up like that, I'm sure. So therefore, they can never sell the property. Would you buy a house abroad? I mean, I've got a flat. I've got a studio flat in Egypt. How much rental income per month is enough to retire on? I mean, let's say I had like a solid profit, yeah? Like solid profits, like after all expenses and that. Imagine that I had like 8 grand. Of course, I can live off 8 grand every month. Me, I'm not a big spender. I don't care about living some fantastic life. Is 30K enough to get a buy to let? It just depends on where. Depends on the area. But yeah, you man, you lot watching this right now. Yeah, if you're enjoying this stream, make sure you follow this JWise TV 2.0 account. I'm trying to get it to 10K so I can get fucking paid. Someone said, did you hear about Marcus Fakana? Yeah, I heard. Couldn't believe it. Some people's money goes into their parents' account. I mean, a lot of people's money goes into their parents' account. You know why? Give me money. Give me money. Yeah, that's what the parents are saying to the fucking kids. I need your 250 a month or 450 a month. 250 is all right. If your parents say give me 250 a month, that's cool. When parents are demanding 400, 500, 600 pounds, what? Fuck are you, man? So yeah, some people's money does go into their parents' account. I know. You don't have to tell me. Do you ever try and be careful what you say just in case you get big and the gov take it? How can they take my stuff away? There's no reason for them to take my stuff away. How many properties have you got now? I've got 6 in the UK. Did you hear about Marcus Fakana? He's from Edmonton as well. Nah, he's from Tottenham. I actually know his brother still. What age were you when you gained your second property? I think I was 28. Do plumbers earn as much as electrical? Yeah, but they're probably more. I want to get as many buy-to-let properties as possible. Probably need to move out of London. Ah, that's it. Basically, I wanted to respond to someone's comment under one of my videos. So basically, I said that I dropped out one of my brethrens in that because me and him not on the same wavelength. We grew up the same, we're the same age. I've got X amount of properties. He's living in a council house. He thinks having a 20k wardrobe is a good idea, and having a nice car and a Rolex is a better idea than owning properties. And I pulled him on it. I said to him, big man, you're worried and you're bragging about having a watch and that, but you're living in a council house. You have no properties in that. And here his dumb response. I am from London. I'm not buying and moving out to flipping the middle of nowhere, referencing Northampton and that. So anyway, so I made a video talking about that. And then someone come underneath the comment section saying, well, what if, you don't want to move outside of London because of all of your family and that are based in London? I'm saying, fuck them. Because I guarantee you, see, a lot of you people, may have love and support from your family because you're a nobody. I promise you, get big, start making some serious money, start outgrowing them and see if they still love and support you. So I'm not going to stop myself evolving because of the opinions of broke people. Now, I'm going to move out of London and buy up a bunch of properties. And if they don't like it and they want to hate on me because I'm growing and evolving, which is what I'm supposed to do as a human being, then fuck them. I'm not going to limit myself as a human being because I'm worried about the opinions of other people. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You must be crazy. You think, that I'm going to stay in London and not buy and move out of London and just be on the council register for the rest of my life because I'm worried about not being around friends and family. The same friends and family, that I guarantee you, pay attention. They probably talk about and gossip about other friends and family. So if they can do about other friends and family, they'll do about you. Stupid, man. Yo, Jay Wise, what's going on? We're going to talk about Victoria Everest. Do you know, obviously, I only heard about her name the other day because of this situation and that. I mean, I looked into it, but obviously, I heard the girl was lying and that. She needs to do time. She needs to do time. You cannot be making accusations and that and just think, oh, yeah, and it should just be all right. Now, make up false accusations and lie. You need to do a mandatory 5 years in prison. It's simple as that. See, the reason why, a lot of women go around making up these stories and that, and they're brave enough to do it, it's because they know consequences of repercussions. I promise you, I guarantee you, if any time a woman made up a story and it was proved that she was lying, 10 years straight in prison. I didn't say 5, I didn't say half his sentence, I didn't even say Cat D, go home on weekend visits and that. A straight 10. Women would think twice, 10 times about making up stories about this and that. But because that's not the case, think about it, If you could attempt to rob a bank, and the worst thing that would happen to you is the police will just take the money off of you, and there's no consequences or repercussions. You'll be trying to rob banks every day. If you know the worst thing that's going to happen is the police are just going to confiscate the money off of you, and that's it. You'll be robbing bank. You'll be attempting to rob banks every day. But if you know, oh, if I rob a bank, I might get a straight 10, you're going to think twice, 10 times about robbing a bank. So the reason why they're so brave to make up these accusations and that is because there's no consequences. That's it. If you're late twice to work, you get fired. Not a harsh talking to, not a disciplinary hearing. If you are late to work, you get twice. You get 2 attempts. You get fired. No one will be late to work. If someone knows they're going to be late to work, they will be begging their manager, listen, someone's been, they shut down the whole of TFL or whatever and that. But because if you know, oh, it's all right, coming 10 minutes late for work, manager's probably not going to notice. You don't give a shit. Do you remember Hugh Janus from school? No? What's that? Bro, is it a dream for me to get insured on an R1 for a first bike at 29? I mean, I don't. What do you mean a dream? Like, bro, just go and get your license. It don't need to be a dream. Yeah, you make it a reality. Get your ass clerk license. Yeah, you don't need to be a dream. Make it a reality. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. If you had 30K, what would you do with it? Just go and buy another property. Big up man like A. Crislow. Hey, bro, thoughts on Jamaican shop customer service? Yeah, bad. Terrible. Terrible. I mean, maybe it's gotten better now, but I remember going into Peppers and Spice or Tottenham High. What you want? Miserable. Yeah? them yardie shops there, boy. But you know, if I'm going into get Jamaican food, I want my food cooked by a Jamaican, not an English-born Jamaican. I want a proper miserable Jamaican to cook my food. Because I know it's gonna be done properly. I'm not eating from no Bayesian or Barbadian or Trinidadian person. No, when I eat Caribbean food, it has to be from a Jamaican. Yeah, not interested in eating no one else's food, but from no other small island. This is a good little one. Run your own business or normal job. So me and my mum was talking about this yesterday, and I was saying that there's a lot of lazy people in this on planet Earth. They want to run their own business, not because they have some God-given talent for being an entrepreneur. They want to run their own business because they want to be able to get up at any time they want and do what they want throughout the day. So me and my mom know someone, they're buying and selling cars and that. And, you know, they don't want to get a job. And I was explaining to my mom, the reason why they're buying and selling cars and that, and they haven't got a job is because they don't want to work. They're lazy. Because this individual wants to just get up when they want to get up and do what they want. They don't want to have to be at work at 8 a.m. and then clock out at 4 or 5 p.m. They're not selling cars because they're an entrepreneur and that. They're not even making money like that. They're just getting by. There's certain people right now on planet Earth, yeah, if they could work even just a 9 to 5 and earn 10 grand a month, they would rather, instead of work a 9 to 5 and earn 10 grand a month, they would rather work, I don't know, 2 days a week and earn 2 grand. They would rather do that. They would rather earn enough money to survive and have a bunch of free time to do a whole heap of nothing than work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and earn 10 grand a month. Because they're lazy. They don't want to work and just do enough to earn 2 grand so that they can work on some big plans to take over the universe. Nah, they want to just work a few hours and that so that they can have a bunch of time to do a whole heap of nothing. Lazy people. So what people should do is work their normal job and on the side build up a business. And then when that business, yeah, starts to build up to the point where, you know, they don't have enough time to work their normal job, that's when it comes time to jump ship. So yeah, you work your 9 to 5 or whatever, however many hours you do, and then you build up your business on the side. And when that business on the side, you find yourself having to dedicate more time to that business on the side, or that business on the side is earning more money than your day job, then quit your day job. But until that happens, you don't need to quit your day job. Work your damn day job. You're just being lazy. How long for all the properties are paid off? 20, 25 years, something like that. What areas do you recommend to get cheap buy today? In Northampton's affordable, isn't it? So, but yeah, make sure you follow, man. Trying to get this account. That's the thing, yeah. On JY's TV, the regular one, I got 14K followers and that, but I don't have the same videos on JY's TV 2.0. So you lot should be on JY's 2.0, watching them videos there, because you won't find the same videos. It's completely different. I've spoken to people, yeah, on like TikTok, and they're like, oh, you've got quite a lot of like fake accounts and that. Like people are making accounts. No, that's me. Yeah. JY's TV 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, clips and reacts. That's me. That ain't fake accounts. That's me. Yeah. I've had a couple people say that, oh yeah, I've seen that you've got there's a few other accounts in your name and that. Like, oh, people have made accounts in your name. No, that's me. There is one other account that's not me, that someone uploads videos and I big them up. What I'm saying is, those other accounts and that, JY's TV, then the 2.0, 3.0 and that, that's all me. Yeah, I'm putting work like that. Big up Marcus with the £2 super chat. Respect, brother. He said, imagine going to war for people who are on benefits. Yeah, like I say all the time, no way. No way. You think I'm going to go to war for people who are... So I must risk my life to protect people in this country that cannot be bothered to get off their ass and go to work. Do you know, yeah, I would never even give any organs to any family members to keep them alive for the next 10, 20 years. Do you know why? Because first and foremost, right now, I can't see them busting their ass. So I'm not going to cut my life short to give them an organ to extend their life for 10 to 15 years. What, for them to sit down and continue living a mediocre life? Let me explain something to you right now. The only way I'll give someone an organ and cut my life down and extend their life, they better be fucking working every day. Yeah, you owe me. You better be working every day. Let me tell you something right now, yeah? If something crazy happened to me and a paramedic revived me, yeah, like I actually went and a paramedic revived me, I would transfer £100 to their account every month until the day I die, because I feel like I owe them. I would transfer £100 and increase it with inflation, let's say, every month. I would give them some sum of money every month to the day I die, because I feel like I owe them. If I give someone an organ or something, I cut down my life and extend this, you owe me. Don't you dare be sitting down on the fucking sofa. This is why I won't lend no one no money. Imagine me lending someone money. So I lend someone £500, yeah, and they get paid from work, but then they're not paying me back money, even if it's in drips and drabs. Now, if I lend you £500, I want you to be eating corned beef and rice, beans on toast. You're not going out. You're not going to the movies. You're not fucking buying any new clothes or trainers or anything like that. No, you owe me. You're indebted to me. So this is why I won't lend no one no money, because people will sell you the dream how they're going to pay you back on time and that. And I've seen it. I know someone, they were desperate for money. They begged one of their people then for money and that. And then a couple of years later, they're like, oh, you know, I still owe this person like $1,000 or something. I'll pay them back when I feel like it. But you didn't say that. You didn't have that energy when you was begging them on the phone. So that's why I don't lend no one no money. I'm not lending no one no money. I'm 19 with £23,000 savings and 550 a week. What's the investment advice? You know what the investment advice is? Someone said, I'm lazy, I admit it. Yeah, well, lazy people never get successful. Lazy people never become successful, ever. They don't have the patience. They don't understand, yeah, that, yo, it might not work even on the 15th attempt. Lazy people do a little bit of work, they don't get the results, and then they give up. Lazy. So, yeah, and until you drop that mentality, until you become the sort of person, yeah, who is driven, motivated, and willing to work, and that, you're never going to be successful. You're just hoping and praying for luck. You're not going to get lucky if you don't attend and turn up and show up every day. But you will, and you can get lucky. It might just be your lucky day if you attend and show up every day. And this is the thing, people who are lazy do not attend and show up every day. Like I've said to you lot before, yeah, like, you know, if we lined up all, I think there's like 5 of us electrical testers on this contract and that. If we lined up, if all 5 of us lined up and that, I probably am not going to be at the front as the best electrical tester. Personally, I don't care. I don't care about being the best electrical tester. I don't care about stuff like that, because the person that's trying to be the best electrician or best electrical tester, that's all you're ever going to be. But there are guys here who are probably better than me at electrical testing. But guess what? I know I'm richer than them. Guess what? I know I've got a bigger property portfolio than them. Guess what? I guarantee you they'll want to trade places with me. Not because I'm the better electrician or electrical tester. I just said I'm not. Because I'm willing to put in more work. I work harder than them. And you know what? It might not even necessarily be me working harder in terms of like breaking and busting a sweat. I just attend more than them. When they do 4 jobs a day, I do 5. They're willing to only work 5 days a week. I'm willing to work 6, 7, 8 days a week, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I don't even really work harder than them. I just attend more. Just showing up. Attending more. You could be a child, yeah, who is a talented footballer, yeah, as a child. You know, like there was always that one guy, like, yo, this guy with the right training, he can be on Arsenal first team, yeah. But if you don't attend the training sessions often enough, you're never going to get the opportunity to make first team. Whereas someone who is, they're all right, you know, they're decent, but they're not the greatest footballer. They ain't talented. That person is more likely to make Arsenal first team just because they turn up every single day and they put in the work. Attendance is the most important thing. You can have all the skill in the world. If you don't turn up, you ain't never going to get the opportunity. You're never going to get lucky. Imagine, yeah, you can have all the skill and talent in the world, yeah, as a child prodigy, yeah, footballer, a 12-year-old or whatever and that. If the scouts turn up to Broadwater Farm Football Club, yeah? So Broadwater Farm, I don't know if they still have it, but Broadwater Farm back in the day, they have a little football club. I remember I went there one time because I've got a cousin who's used to be a Wood Green youth, yeah? This is before his Wood Green days. His dad lived in one of the tower blocks in Broadwater Farm. So me and my cousin named D. Mitch from Wood Green, me and him went down there, yeah? We was young, like 12, 13 years old. And obviously Broadwater Farm had a football team. I don't know if they still got one, but anyway, scouts will turn up to these little low-level football teams looking for talent. If you're a talented footballer as a child, but you don't show up, that one day, that Arsenal or Manchester United or Tottenham scout turns up and you're not there, you're not going to get recognized and he's never going to show up again. So you might, yeah, you need to attend every single day because you never know when it might be your lucky day. Big up the unreleased Lord. I see you in there a few minutes ago. This is one of my old school, you get me, one of the man them from the block. You know who you are. Yeah, big up Jimmy Bradshaw. I've turned on the monetization. Yeah. Big up. Respect. Remind me next time, just in case. Respect. I like that. So it shows the people then care about me, you know. Right. I've got 78 unread messages. It's not how much you earn, it's how much you save. Yeah. It's all well and good earning 15 grand a month. If you're not saving anything, what's the fucking point? Or if you're not investing, because you don't need to physically save the money. But if you're not investing the money, what's the fucking point? Man's talking about send your address, bun that talk. You haven't even got a fucking picture on your avatar. Your black circle talking about send your address, but you want me to send my address, but you ain't got the balls to put your face on the fucking avatar. Jay Wise, how old are you? I'm 33. Do you do subcontracting work? Yeah. I do subcontracting work. Let me bring the camera closer. Right. What would be your top choice to live in London? Has to be Notting Hill. Now forget the carnival. God forbid living in fuck living in Notting Hill during the carnival. But Notting Hill, I love that area. When I used to go to my uni down there, I just love being in that area. Notting Hill. You get a range of different people in Notting Hill. Like Edmonton, it's just the same sort of people in there. But in Notting Hill, you get a range of different people. You get different people from other countries coming over. Like for some reason, I think like a lot of Spanish people like to go to Notting Hill for some strange reason. Yeah, you just get a range of different people. They look different, different classes, ethnic background, everything. Yeah, Notting Hill is the best area in London that I've come across. I've been to loads of different areas in London. Lots of different areas, and Notting Hill is my favorite area. Hackney, I've loved the way Hackney has changed and it's getting more gentrified. I like that. This is a good one. So someone said, bro, do you think not leaving a tip makes you look classless and scatty? Do you know what? It may make me look classless and scatty, but I'm not going to be bullied into leaving a tip or paying, because the reason why this person has brought this up, yeah, is because they've seen my videos where I say, forget about tips. I don't leave tips. Fuck the tips. Yeah. I don't even pay the service charge. They give me the bill. The first thing I do is I go straight to the bottom of the bill and I look for the service charge and I tell them, remove the service charge. They can think I'm scatty and classless. You're not going to bully me into paying a service charge. Yeah. So you can think what you want. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to let them guilt trip me into thinking that, you know, maybe I should just do it because it's awkward and that. And they might think this about, fuck what they think. You think I give a damn about the opinion of some guy who's a waiter, who lives in a shared house? I've got 6 properties. You live in a shared house. I'm not interested in your opinion. Yeah. When you get to, you don't have to get to my level. When you get to a certain level, then we can have this conversation, innit? But I'm not interested in your opinion. The levels of success, the disparity between the levels of success are so vast, you may as well be a crackhead to me. Yeah. So I'm not interested in what you think as a waiter or a waitress and that. So I will not be bullied into paying no service charge. What's £3? Yeah. Like, it's not going to make no difference to them, and it don't make no difference to me. But out of principle, listen, So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like they're trying to bully you into it, because there should be two prices for the bill. There should be £40, which is without the service charge, and then £43 with the service charge. They should give you the option to pay what you want. Obviously, you need to pay for your food, but they should give you the option to add the service charge. The fact that they put it, yeah, and it's like they're trying to make it compulsory and that, they're trying to ting. You're not trying to ting on me. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't let people get away with stuff. One of the man them is in the chat right now on YouTube. When I was 15, yeah, one of the olders, he's not my older, but like he's kind of like Tottenham, kind of Edmonton or whatever, innit? He must have bumped me, yeah, for £200. I went to try and reload, yeah, when I was 15, yeah, on some green stuff. The guy sold me grass for £200. I caught him 2 years later and I bust him up. I'm not having that. And this guy's an older, and apparently he might have been known for being a, yeah. Bust him up. I'm not forgetting that. No way. No way. No way. Not having it. Someone said this is a good thing. Someone said, Jay Wise, when you planning to enjoy your success and wealth? I enjoy it every day. I enjoy my success and wealth every day. I have money in abundance. I don't care about the price of things. I have a 3-bed empty house, so I'm not living in a tight room, yeah, where there's a bunch of clutter. I've got 50 pairs of trainers right next to my bed and that, because I'm lacking space. I've got heating on. Let me explain something about it being a cold winter. I remember over the last few years, yeah, people have been saying, oh yeah, it's going to be a cold winter this year. That's what people have been saying over like the last 3 years and that. And when I reflected over the last 3 years, I'm thinking, I don't remember it being a cold winter over the last 3 years. And I figured it out. The reason why I didn't realize that it was a cold winter is because I've been in a warm house. You see, other people can't afford their heating. So that's why it's a cold winter for them, because they're there literally shivering in their own house. They're wearing 2 fucking dressing gowns in their own house because they can't afford to put the heating on. So that's how I enjoy my success and quote unquote wealth, by living super comfortable. I get on my motorbike and I will put £20 petrol in it and blow it in one day. And I don't give a fuck. I have to pay the ULEZ charge, yeah, on my R6, because for some reason that bike there, the emissions are so high that it's not free to ride around in London, yeah. Whereas for some reason the R1, it's probably because of the year of the bike as well. The R1, the emissions are low enough that if I go to London on the bike, because the R1's up here in Northampton, I'm literally pointing at it right now, it's behind. The R1's up here in Northampton and the R6 is down in London, yeah. When I take my R6 out, yeah, I have to pay like, I don't know, like £12 ULEZ just for going up the road. As soon as it hits Edmonton Green, Edmonton High Street, 4th Street in there, I have to pay £12. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. So that's how I enjoy my wealth and that, living super comfortable. I don't need to worry about the price of meat's gone up now. When I fill my car up, I spoke about this before and that. I remember I was at the petrol station one day, and when I put my petrol in my car on my bike, I fill it up full tank. I never do half tank or just £10 today. No, I fill that ras up, yeah, to the, yeah, red lining, yeah. Anyway, I remember one time I went to the petrol station, so I'm filling up my car. Now, obviously, I fill it up from reserve all the way up, so it takes a long time, yeah. So I'm there just filling up. So I've got my back to the car. I'm literally holding the thing the wrong way around because I'm just gripping it, yeah. I'm looking around and everybody is looking at that meter gauge. You know, like where it tells you how much they're filling up. And I'm like, raw. I clock like everyone's like proper fixated on the thing. I know what they're thinking. They're filling up and they're thinking, don't let it go over the £20 mark. Man can't even afford to put more than £20–30 petrol. Big up AC, yeah, African Child, yeah. He was saying it in one of his videos or one of his lives, should I say. He was saying that people, they're driving around in the Mercedes, but they can't afford to put £15, £20, £30 petrol in the car. Yeah. That is the realest truth. How you got a nice car and you're worried about putting petrol in it? The only problem with my R1 is it burns petrol too quickly. So you have to keep frequently going to the petrol station. That's annoying. It's not about the price of it. It's I have to keep going there often. That's what's annoying. Nobody likes going to the petrol station. So fucking waste of time. Can't stand having to go to the petrol station, man. It's not about the money. Even if it was fucking for free, I don't like having to go to the petrol station. I can't stand it. Especially petrol stations where you have to pay and then go inside. I avoid those ones like the plague. If I can avoid going to those petrol stations where you have to go inside, I can't stand it. Especially if I'm on my motorbike, they want you to. Certain times you go to some of the petrol station and they will talk on the microphone. Please come inside. Or you notice that they're not releasing the fuel, and you look and they're gesturing. You come inside. They want you to pay first. So I just try and avoid going to them. I go to the petrol stations where you pay at the pump. I ain't got time to be walking inside. I remember one time, yeah, you got Potter's Bar, which is just off of the M25, yeah. And I needed petrol, so as soon as the reserve light comes on the R6, because on these sports bikes, it doesn't tell you how much fuel you got left. It just tells you you're on reserve and you've got 20 miles to find a petrol station, or else the bike's going to cut out, yeah? But one time I needed petrol, so I went to the nearest petrol station, which was in Potter's Bar. So boom. So a man's gone to the petrol station, topped up, and then gone inside the kiosk, inside the shop to pay, yeah? So as I've gone to pay, I think I've gone to obviously tap my card because it's less than £100, so it's just tap contactless. I tapped, and the card got declined. Watch the Indian man behind the desk. My man went to stand up, you know. I'm thinking, bro, you better sit down before I sit your ass down about standing up. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, like to say, because the card declined, like I'm not gonna pay because I don't have cash or I can't retry it and that. My man stood up, you know, I'm thinking, you better sit your ass down, boy, if I sit you down in this place, but standing up. My man standing up to get sat down, but dickhead. Dickhead. Right, let me see these comments. London is too dodgy, man. Too many gangs. Bro, there ain't as much gangs as there was back in the day. Yo, back in the day, yo, there was gangs everywhere. Everywhere there was gangs. Everywhere there was gangs. Someone said, how would you deal with disrespectful tenants? I had a disrespectful tenant in the past. They are now my ex-tenant. I'll get rid of disrespectful tenants. Let me tell you something right now. Yeah, I remove everybody who is disrespectful in my life. If a gal is disrespectful in my life, they're gone. If I felt like my mum was being disrespectful, my mum is gone. Any friends, family member, manager at work, if I feel like my manager is disrespectful, I will fire myself. I'm not having no one be disrespectful to me in my life. No way. If you want to be around me and be in my presence, you need to be respectful. I didn't say, oh hail, Master Lord J Wise. No, but just talk to me properly, innit? It's as simple as that. Remove anybody in your life that's being disrespectful and not showing you the respect that you feel like you deserve. Simple. So yeah, if I have a tenant that's disrespectful, they're getting evicted. They're getting evicted. I remember I spoke about it one time and they're like, but what if the tenant wants to smash up the house if you try to evict them? Or because I think basically what I did was, yeah, I had one idiot tenant that I had to evict, yeah, and I don't put nothing past no one. I was thinking, maybe she might try to refuse to leave, you know. So you know what I did? I went into her room and I disconnected all the electric in the room. I'm dead serious. She wasn't in one day. I went in there and I disconnected all the electricity in that room. Just a couple of days before she left. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I did. So yeah, that's what I did. Allegedly in my dreams whilst I was drinking alcohol. No. But yeah, that's what I did. So anyway, I spoke about it in a video and someone said, what if the tenant decides to smash up the house? Well, then it's on, I'm not going to not make a move because I'm scared of a retaliation or a reply. No, I don't give a fuck. If it's on, it's on. That, you see, that mentality comes from back in the day when I used to have beef. Like I said earlier, there was an older that bumped me for grass. When I was 15, he was 19. So when I was 17, he was 21. Yeah. And you know, back in the day as well, like, yo, if a man's 4 years older than you, yo, man's are older. Yeah, back in my generation, like people that are older than you don't test people that are older than you. Nowadays, maybe the young bucks will be smacking up olders and that. Youngers did not smack up olders back in my day and that. So I could have thought to myself, this happened 2 years ago. Let me just leave it. Nah, I will kick off the beef. I don't give a fuck about the repercussion. I ain't scared, blood. Kick the beef off, yeah? Oh, business, blood. I said, a guy quoted me, he said, bro said his mum, you know, yeah. What? Hold on a minute. So what? You're gonna keep your mum in your life, although your mum is disrespectful to you. Like, don't you have an abundance mindset? Like, don't you have any self-respect? Who gives a fuck if it's your mum? If she's being disrespectful to you, obviously, if people tell me to shut up, I don't allow people to tell me to shut up. But if my mum tells me to shut up, I let my mum. Obviously, I give my mum a little bit of play to disrespect me. Yeah, no, that's not even disrespect. But my mum could talk to me in ways that other people can't talk to me. Obviously, but if I feel like my mum has no respect for me, she's gone. She's gone. They didn't say I'm gonna move to my mum, but she's gone. Why are you gonna have someone in your life that's disrespectful to you? You're a fool. Don't you respect who you are as a man? Don't you look at yourself and think, yo, I'm an accomplished individual. People need to put some respect on my name. But you know what? If you've not achieved nothing, if you've not worked hard in your life, if you're not an accomplished individual, of course you're not going to give a fuck about having self-respect. Of course. You don't even respect yourself to be, you don't even respect yourself enough to become an accomplished individual. So if you don't value yourself, how are you going to expect other people to value you? You lot could call it arrogant or narcissistic and that. Yo, I put in the work, so I deserve fucking respect. Simple as. Someone said, how do you budget? I don't budget. I don't need to budget. For the simple fact of I am not a big spender. I don't spend money stupidly. So I don't have a savings account. I don't need to put money aside for nothing. Because I'm sensible, by default, I don't overspend. You see, some people, yeah, they need to have a dedicated savings account. I do have a savings account. It's a business savings account. Do you know how much money's in it? £0, 0 pence. Do you know why I have the business savings account? Because when I called up the bank to open up the regular business account, they said to me, listen, we're doing a little offer right now or some nonsense, whatever in it, yeah? If I was you, you should just open up a business account. It's for free. Because in future, you might have to phone up and go through this rigmarole again, and it's long. It's like a 5-minute phone call, right? You might have to go through the rigmarole of setting up another business account. So just do it now. That's the only reason why I have a business account. But when I've been saving up for all my properties and now over the years, I didn't have no I still don't have no savings account. I don't need a savings account because I don't spend money irresponsibly. Some people have to put money in cash ISAs and lock it away in a vault, in a basement with 6 Rottweilers and TNT dynamite and Robocop in front. I don't need to do that stuff because I'm not irresponsible. So I can just go about my day and just spend money however I want because I know by default I don't spend money like a fool. So I know I'm never gonna go over like, rah, man's been spending money this month, you know. If I've spent money this month, it's because I had to buy whatever. Obviously, I've had some months where like, yo, I spent money in that. And over like the next 30-day period, or from let's say, I don't know, a week, two and a half, 2 weeks ago, and the next 2 weeks in that, if I look over the last 30 days in that, I would have spent quite a bit of money in that. But I had to have things done. I had to get a gas engineer to come and fit a radiator, and I had to spend that money. So, right, do you think I can get a council testing contract at 21 on the NAPIT register? Possibly. You gotta find out. Gotta find out. What is the worst altercation you got into with a tenant? Obviously, I've had tenants go mad and that, but I did have a guy pull out a hockey stick, and I wasn't even trying to leave. The guy had to tell me, "You need to leave. You're not doing this test," because I'm on price work, so I want to get paid. You know what I mean? Some gas engineer came to my house over there, like I said, and he's on the same contract as me, but he's a gas engineer, yeah. And he told me that a tenant locked the door and refused to let him out. That's the day that I lose my job. You're not holding me hostage because you're not badder than me. So we're gonna see who's who. Yeah, I will move to the tenant, no problem, 100%. I'm moving to them because they don't know what you lot don't know me. You don't think you know me. You don't know me. Yeah, man's a fucking lunatic. Yeah, so they're gonna find out who they've locked in their house. It's gonna be their worst nightmare. I will turn into a werewolf. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're gonna regret that. Promise you. Locking me in their fucking flat. Obviously, some tenants, yeah, when I go into their house or flat, they lock the door behind whatever. But I'm talking about the guy said that the woman refused to let him out. Yeah, we're gonna have a fucking problem. You got 3 seconds to open up that door. Now. 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 Hey, I let you know when it happens and I let you know what I done. Yeah, if I don't get locked up. Yeah. But that'll be the day I'm losing my job. So I'll turn into Jason from Friday the 13th. Yeah. Big up Jason Voorhees. He's actually my favorite villain in films. Man don't talk. Man just poke up and chop up the place. Yeah. Jason, yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. Jason Voorhees is actually my favorite villain, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bad man. Man just roll around with a ski mask over an ugly face and just mashing up the place. What's your thoughts on car finance? Obviously, you shouldn't be financing no cars and that until you got property and that. But let's say you got property and that, then yeah, just make sure you can afford the finance. Fuck pulling out 20 grand to put on a car as a deposit. Fuck pulling out like 20, 30 grand to buy a car. When you could just be paying like 450 a month and that. No. Oh no, I'd have to look into it more, man. But hey, why not just drive a beat up car for the next 5, 10 years? What's wrong with that? Because I'm telling you, it ain't going to increase the girls that you get really and truly. Hardly. So this person said, Jay Wise, I'm scared to approach Gyal. Not scared, but I don't know where to begin. I have my stuff together. Right. So basically, I filmed a video today. Press 1 in the chat, yeah, if you saw me make a video on JWise TV, the regular account on TikTok, and I said, 99.9% of men are afraid to approach a gal on a packed train or tube. Now, I filmed the video today, but I'm not releasing it because that the views on my accounts, for some strange reason, have been limited in that. So I thought, right, let me just leave it for like a whole day, and I'll be dropping the video tomorrow. But yeah, so I made a video about that. Like, yeah, so on Saturday, basically, I was on a packed train. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, but for me, yeah, things like that are like the highlight of my life. You know, not even getting 6 properties and that. Those little micro events of that. Yeah, I always remember them still. Yeah, now you ain't seen it because I ain't released it yet. But yeah, man, you just gotta make the approach. You gotta make the approach. Ask her name. Ask her if she's single. ask her for a phone number. That's it. Like, yo, it's not complicated. You don't need to have like don't get too caught up in like, because I've seen people critique other people's Riz game approach. Blood, just go up, fam. You don't need to say anything special. All the girls that I've got from approaching gal has been the same chat that I've got that I've used on the girls that I didn't get. It's the same chat. It's the same chat. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. You think you need game, top tier game? Make a guy that chick perceives as a 10. Yeah, so make a guy that girl looks at and sees as a 10. Make him go up to her and say, "You're right, I'm such and such. What's your name? Are you single? Can I get your number?" It will work. So it doesn't matter. You don't need no special game to get girl. Yeah, it's either she likes you or she doesn't. She don't give a fuck. She will just appreciate the fact that you've got some balls to come up to her and speak to her. Because most man, they ain't got no balls. Like I said in that video, yeah, that ain't released yet. 99.9% of men, if they're on a packed tube or train, they will never walk up to a girl and approach her on a tube or a train in front of everybody. And everybody's watching and everybody's looking at you. Most people, 99% of the world's population would never do that. How many men on planet Earth? Well, there's 8 billion people. So 4 billion men. If you lined up 4 billion men, there's only a tiny amount that would ever do that. And you know this to be true because you, from time to time, ride the tube and or the train in London. Doesn't have to be every day. It could be once a year or twice a year. You see some, listen, the tube is where you see the baddest things, not on the bus. Dead things. You ain't gonna see no, you see flipping some African women or you see fucking just hot things do not ride the bus unless they're fucking, you know what I mean? Like you're a schoolboy and you're looking at schoolgirls and that, yeah? But hot things ride the tube. Even rich people ride the tube, yeah? Because, yeah, they can afford cab, but cab takes too long to navigate through central London. Yeah, I used to watch one, I watched one documentary about this, the highest court judge in the country. He even rides the tube. The guy gets paid like $1 million a year. He rides the tube. Because although he can afford cabs, it still takes long to get in and out of London. Your money don't move traffic, yeah? So, yeah, the baddest things ride the tube and the train. And you ride the tube and the train. And you, from time to time, see bad things on the tube and the train and you never make an approach. So that's how I know for certain 99.9% of men never approach girls on the tube and the train in front of everyone. They might approach a girl on the platform when they're standing next to her. I'm talking about on the tube where everybody's looking and watching. And hey, every man watching this right now, I challenge you. This is a challenge from Jay Wise. The next time you're on a tube and a train and you see a girl that you like, not that, oh, she's nice, but I'm saying you actually look at this girl, I like this girl. Go and approach her. I dare you to. What you will do is you will talk yourself out of it. Jay Wise, oh, there's too many people. She's probably got a boyfriend. You don't know nothing. What do you mean she's probably got a boyfriend? You don't even know her name. How can you assume she's probably got a boyfriend and you don't even know her name? You don't know her name. You don't know her age. You don't know nothing about her, but you know she's got a boyfriend. Yeah? You're just talking yourself out of it. Hey, we've all done it. We've all done it. Oh, I might not be her type. Have you not seen Nadia? Nadia is nothing like me. When people meet Nadia and then they met me, they're like, what the fuck? Yeah? So you don't know what a girl's type is. Yeah? You could have the poshest girl ever be dating some fucking road man. You don't know. You just don't know. You don't know. And listen, we've all done it. Oh, I'm probably not her type. Oh, she probably got a boyfriend. You're just talking yourself out of it. Just talking yourself out of it. Right, big up this AA person with the £2 super chat. You know, that reminds me of, I said the £2, what did I say? The £2 pooper chat, something like that. You know, like when people say, I bark with Bankleys. They're supposed to say, I bank with Barclays, like that. But yeah, anyway. So he said, tips for passing AM2 and experience for the test inspection. So whatever college you go to, yeah, hopefully you have a test rig or a similar test rig that replicates the AM2. When you're in college, go after class. This is what I used to do, and work on the test rig for an hour or so, or however long you can after college. That's what I used to do. What I used to do was, when we finished college early, like there came a point during my level 3 where we was finishing college at like half day, so 12 o'clock. Yeah, I would go into the workshop for like an hour or two and practice on the rig. That's why I was able to pass my AM2 first time. I actually got an award, you know, for that. Best attitude to learning. I forgot. Basically, one time, yeah, I must have got a phone call from my college. These times I'd graduated and passed my AM2 and I was fully qualified, getting paid 28 grand a year, 1,800 take home a month at Holmes Haringey. My college phoned me and said, it's HMRC, sorry, HRC, Half Regional College. We want you to come in for an apprentice award ceremony. There's a certificate for you. Now, I was just assuming, because everyone who's an apprentice, doesn't matter what you're doing, you could be an air hostess apprentice or a flipping accountant apprentice, and that all the apprentices going for an award. So I was like, can't you just send it to you? He's like, we can send it to you, but we think you should really come in. Like, please just come in to collect the award in person. Collect the certificate in person. So, all right, then cool. Anyway, I went there and they start giving out. So every apprentice gets a certificate for passing their apprenticeship. But then they start to do like the special certificates, 100% attendance, blah, 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 whatever, and that. So anyway, they said, all right, best attitude to learning. And they said my name. I was like, I was shocked. So anyway, I got up and I collected the award. Because I used to stay after class when everyone used to piss off and practice for the AM2. There were guys, yeah. I remember one time they made me laugh. There used to be a pub that was right next to the college. Now, we used to leave class here at like, let's say we would finish here at like 11:30. Do you know what the guys said one time? These white guys, you know what they said? They made me laugh. They said, we're finishing at 11:30, yeah? The pub over there doesn't open up till 12. So what are we going to do for 30 minutes? Do you know what one of them suggested? There's a pub 30 minutes down the road. Let's drive for 30 minutes so that when we get there, we can go straight in instead of waiting for 30 minutes. I swear to God. Madman. So that's what they used to do. They used to travel 30 minutes so they didn't have to wait 30 minutes for the pub to open. Unbelievable. And some of them probably end up failing. Someone said, how old were you when you... Someone said, how old were you when you got qualified? I was 21. Remember, I passed my driving test when I was 20, 4 days before I was 20. And then, yeah, a couple months later, I got qualified in December. I was 21. So this person said, right, so Out of Sight K said, on the tube, so Out of Sight K said, on the tube is a public violation gang. Was tempted yesterday. So he was tempted to approach a nice girl yesterday, but he probably talked himself out of it. Press 1 in the chat if you want to hear the story. Because the thing is, yeah, obviously there's only going to be a limited amount of people that are going to hear the story here on TikTok. Do you know what? I need 10 more follows or I ain't telling the story. So 10 more follows and I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you the story of how, I approached the girl in front of everyone on the train. Get your popcorn ready. Man's pressing 1. No, fuck 1. Press the follow button, motherfucker. Yeah, 1. I said, everyone make a fake account. Nah, because that's not a true, authentic follow. Right, I think how many followers I've got so far? Is it 3? Maybe something like that. Need 7 more. I say I'm following already. Unfollow, then follow again. Nah, I'm joking. Actually, no, don't do that because then that's a little cheat. Shit, I shouldn't have said that now. J-Waz, I got a tenant who is a girl trying to flirt, get cheaper rent. Yeah, don't trouble it. My brethren Benga said to me, don't ever trouble the tenants, because once you trouble it, she's gonna stop paying. Big up Imad, but I feel like Imad, I feel like you unfollowed, then you followed, you know. But I don't know. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Someone said, is Nadia Ethiopian? Nah, she's half Polish, half Iraqi. Someone said, why do you hate trading so much? It's not that I hate trading so much, but it's like, yo, I don't want the young people to not go to university or not get a skill or a trade because they're hoping to, you know, blow up trading and that. And the thing is, the reason why they want to trade is because they don't want to work. They don't want to have to do 14-hour, 16-hour days. They don't want to. They want to just, they want to wake up and work from their bed, because that's what you can do from training. Trading, you can work from your bed. That's what they want to do. They don't want to have to answer to a boss. When you're trading, you don't have to answer to no boss. When you're trading, you can get out whatever time you want. When you're trading, you don't even need to have a shower. You don't even have to get out of your bed. And that's what these guys want to do. It's lazy. I watch you every time you're on, JWaz. You're the true speaking gems of reality. Is that actually a girl? Because man, them are a bit weird, you know. Man, them will post up pictures of girls as their avatar, but it's actually a man, you know. But yeah, respect. But girls don't really talk like that. Oh, you're the truth. That's how man them talk. So I was thinking. But yeah, man. So let me see. I might bully you lot. I need 18 more follows. Get it to 9,600 and I'll tell the story. Can I join? I want your perspective on the Merck situation. You don't need to join to discuss it. You know what my perspective is in the first place. Man said violating. A man said violating. Listen, I'm giving out free knowledge, free gems, and I ain't getting paid for it. Yeah? You man are violating. Motherfuckers, yeah, will hit me up in the TikTok DMs and I'll be asking all these questions and that. When you know you could get the answer to the question if you paid for a mentoring session. So so that you want free knowledge. I see. That we're moving now. You want free knowledge. Disrespectful. Man talking about 2,000 likes instead. I don't give a fuck about likes and that. Yeah. Like certain people, like once I get to 10K followers, I don't give a fuck about getting followers. Yeah, I still want people to watch my videos and that. I want people to learn. I don't care about getting 20,000 followers and that. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because obviously that means that more people are gonna know me and that. But what I'm saying is, yo, man, want to get paid from this thing. So as long as I hit the threshold, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I've got my own council house at 21. What's your advice? Hopefully, because obviously, you know, they're changing all the schemes and that. Hopefully you can buy the house, the council house off the council. If you can buy the council property off the council, then do that. Nah, man, I'm not letting no one jump on, man. Man said, bro, I'm 34. I just started a warehouse job earning £12.70 £12.70 an hour. What should I invest in? Yo, fam, you need to find another job that's paying you more. Because let's say, yeah, like I say, oh, work 14-hour days and that. Yo, there's not enough time in the day, in the week, in the year to work enough hours to get a decent amount of money off of £12.40 or £12.70, wherever it is per hour. You need to work hard at the right thing. You need to find another job that's paying more. And if you can't find another job that's paying more, you need to upskill yourself. See, this is what happens, yeah? This is why I say to the young people, find something and stick to it. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have no skill, therefore no one wants to pay you any decent money, and you're going to be 34 years old on minimum wage, £12.70 an hour. Let's say this person's even making it up. Let's just say they're saying that just so I can respond. Yeah? There's somebody right now who's 40 years old working warehouse job. I meet them every fucking day. I meet these tenants, man, 40, 45 years old. What? I know the guy's not working at the moment. I say, what sort of jobs you done in the past? Just warehouse work, really? Minimum wage jobs. 40, 45 years old, just working some bullshit ass jobs. How the fuck are you going to save up to buy a property on minimum wage? Imagine that, busting your ass doing 14-hour shifts for £12 per hour. What's that? Let's say, yeah, you're on £12 per hour and you're doing 14-hour shifts. £12 per hour times 10 is £120. Then £12 times 4 is 48. So 120 plus 48 is 168. Imagine doing a 14-hour shift for £168. I'll do 3 electrical tests and get paid more than that. And the electrical tests will take me an hour and a half each. That's 4.5 hours. Yeah, man, you got to work hard at the right thing, man. Well, obviously, when I was at the infamous Holborn job, I was getting, I think, £25 per hour. I think they put, I negotiated some more money. I think they put me up to £28 per hour. Yeah. If I'm on 25 or £28 per hour, I will do 14-hour shifts. Because once you go over, like, let's say, yeah, the first 9 hours, yeah, is paid at £28 per hour. And then if you do, so from 9 to 14 hours is 5 hours, but those 5 hours get paid at an hour and a half, the time and a half. Yeah, you damn right. I'll be doing 14-hour shifts at £25 per hour or £28 per hour, and then the last 5 hours of the 14-hour shift is paid at time and a half, an hour and a half's paid per hour. Yeah, you damn right. I'll work 14-hour shifts. Yeah, man saying, oh, I love the fact that this person left this comment. The person said, yeah, the tax is going to cut that in half. You see, that is true. But at the same time, yeah, I don't like that mindset of, oh, I'm going to limit the amount that I'm going to get paid so that I don't get taxed as much. That's a poor man's mindset. And with that mindset, I'm going to limit the amount of money that I earn so that I don't get taxed as much. You will never become a millionaire. You will never become a millionaire. Imagine you say to yourself, I never want to earn over 50 grand because after 50 grand, I get taxed half. Well, how the hell are you going to earn $1 million if you don't even want to earn over 50 grand? You're never going to become a millionaire. That's a poor man's limited mindset. The rich man will be like, you know what? Fuck it. If it means, yeah, when I earn 300 grand, I get taxed half, and I'll still rather earn the 300 grand than just be on 50 grand. Don't care. Limited beliefs. I've told you a lot about 10 times already. I'm going to tell you for the 11th time. When I was at uni, there was a woman there. She was like 60 plus years old, yeah? This woman came up with some big plan to take over the universe. Do you know what it was? I'm going to earn and work a job that pays me less than 22 grand a year, for example, so that I never have to pay back my uni student loan. Unbelievable. So this is the reason why this individual will not be sitting on multiple properties, because they're not going to allow themselves to earn X so that they can save X to invest in X, Y, and then Z. This is what I'm saying, yeah? Like, This is why I'm able to make these videos, because I remember silly little things that people say to me in the past that at the time didn't really mean anything. I'm able to use those things that I've heard from in the past and relate them to the present day. These things that people have said to me maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, and that may not have meant nothing in the past. Now it means something. I'm able to make a video about it. That's why, yeah, I don't rate content creators that read off of a screen. Me, I speak experientially. So I always get that word mixed. I speak experientially. I speak off of the dome. I talk from memory because it really happened. I don't need a script. I just need to make sure my memory is on point. Yeah. So real life experiences, yeah, that I translate into my videos. Right. Let's check the follow count. 16 more. Need to get to 9,600. I ain't telling the story. Maybe every few minutes, someone write down, make sure you follow the creator. Yeah, someone write that down in the comment section. So you know, the new people that join know. I say, bro, tell the story. Hey, let's get to 9,600. You're gonna make me buy you followers. How does that even work? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying no followers. Nah, they need to be authentic. I mean, I know I'm bullying you lot into following me now, but yeah, they need to be somewhat authentic follows. You know what I mean? I said, how about I unfollow? Hey, up to you. Then you're never gonna hear the story. I said, tell the story about going Broadwater Farm the other day. I mean, I was just bored. I was just getting my chicken and chips. Like, let me just go and see the farm. That's it. That's it. Like, for me, going Broadwater Farm, like, you have to remember, I used to go there every day for work. So it's not unfamiliar territory for me. You know what I mean? I know my way around there on foot. You know what I mean? I used to, I've at least done 1 or 2 jobs in every single block in Broadwater Farm. Like Tangemere, which is the main block that's outside the front, like that's not even there no more. They knocked down half of it. So at some point, there's going to be no more Broadwater Farm. Someone said, "Are you comfy over there, though?" Well, I want to. I not get comfy over there. Don't get it twisted. I mean, but I said, "Unc needs to start a podcast." Listen, I am not starting no podcast inviting people onto my show or whatever. No, Kami, people need to behave. And if they don't behave, we're gonna have a fucking problem. So you know what? This is why I will never open up a shop. I'm not opening up my door and having a business where any Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk off of the street and come into my vicinity. No way. You lot don't know me. I have low tolerance. I wanted to move to a guy yesterday because I put my motorbike, I was riding the motorbike on the pavement and the guy didn't want to move out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Because this guy's an idiot. I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, you see me riding the motorbike on the pavement. Yeah. Not ratchet, but there was method behind the madness and that. And the guy didn't want to move out of the way. I wanted to move to him because he didn't want to move. I said, bro, move out the fucking way, man. You did. That's what I'm like. Yeah. I have no tolerance for nothing. There's no way. Like I said, I wanted to open up a electrical wholesalers one time and think to have my mum in the front of the shop serving customers. And I thought, nah, not for some guy to come in the shop and maybe the light fitting or the socket's not working and he dashes it on the counter and he's giving my mum attitude. Yo, I will fly over that counter. I'll be moving to my customers. So you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Maybe I would have a business where my mum takes calls. So yeah, if they're rude to my mum over the phone, hey, it's over the phone. You're not being rude to my mum's face. You're not being rude to my mum's face. No way. Not in front of me. not in front of me. You can be rude to my mum over the phone. Yeah, I'll take the L on that, no problem. As long as it's someone that I don't know. Like if it's someone I know that's rude to my mum over the phone, well, we got a fucking problem. But if it's some random customer being rude to my mum over the phone, I don't care. But it's not happening to my mom's face. No way. No way. No one's standing on my mom's face talking shit. No way. That ain't not happening. Someone said, how did you move past the roads? How did you leave the road behind? I just got a job. Obviously, what helped a lot was everyone was in jail when I came out of jail. So when I came out of jail in 2011, August, the riots had just finished. And the police, they put away everybody. No one was on road. Even the man them that from my estate, all of them were in jail. Me plus one was still on road, but the plus two, they're not like that. Them man don't get involved in criminal activity. But the other lot, them are all in jail. I said, hey, tell us a prison story. I mean, I was only in prison for 2 months, so I don't have that much stories. So I've already told all the stories I can tell. You know, being in jail for 60 days is not a long time. Now, unless you're on some crazy prison like Belmarsh and that. I mean, when I went to Feltham, I didn't realize it, but someone I know, you get me, they got the servery, man, them on the servery, because in certain prisons, it's the prisoners that serve the food. Maybe in other prisons, it's the prison guards and that, but in ISIS and in Feltham, it's the prisoners that serve the food. They used to nice me on the wing in Feltham. I didn't even know that until one of my people them that went to my school that I bucked in prison told me that, oh, I told them not to nice you. I was like, oh, respect. I didn't even know. Didn't even know. Big up Miz528 with a £2 super chat. Yo, they're coming in thick and fast today. I might be rich after this. Big up Miz528 with the £2 super chat. He's one of the members as well. You might should join the membership. There's exclusive videos that you won't see anywhere else. But you have to join the YouTube membership. Reaction videos and that. He said, this digital ID, is this a way for the government to control us? Blood, do you know what, yeah? Have you not noticed I have not made no videos about this digital ID thing? When I saw this digital ID thing, I just thought, okay, unless I'm missing something, they just want you to carry around digital ID. What's the problem? What's the problem? You lot are just making this into a situation that you don't need to make it into. Oh, we got to carry around digital ID. So what? Are you a wanted fugitive? Are you some millionaire kingpin that needs to be under the radar? No, you're a broke guy living in the council house. Why do you care about whether the government know who you are or not? You're nobody, fam. You're acting like you're some big up Albanian, drug lord, that's on Interpol list, the international police list. He needs to be careful with digital IDs. And you're a nobody with a generic name that nobody's going to give a damn about when you're 6 foot under. Why do you care about digital ID? You're a nobody. God forbid you pass away tomorrow. They're not even going to talk about you on the shade borough. So I don't know why these nobodies are worried about digital ID. I don't give a fuck. If they say to me, you need to have digital ID on your phone, the only thing I'm worried about is if I'm walking down the street and I don't have my phone on me, can I get in trouble for not having digital ID? That's the only thing I'm worried about. Other than that, or like, let's say my battery's dead on my phone. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. Because you know what? The police already know who I am anyway. So once I give them my name or they search my registration, they already know my name because I've been in trouble by the police. So for me, I don't give a damn about digital ID. That's why I've not made no videos about it. I had a girl hit me up the other day. Some random girl, I went to her yard to do a test, This was a while back, like, I don't know, 4 months ago. She messaged me, are you the guy that come to my house that do the electrical test a few months ago? I'm like, oh yeah, shit, yeah. She saw me on TikTok. She's like, oh yeah, man, these digital IDs and that. I don't give a damn about no digital ID. I don't care. Furthermore, I actually have a picture of my driving license on my phone or emailed to myself. So what I done was years and years ago, I took a picture of my passport and my driving license, and I emailed the picture to myself, so that if I obviously lose my phone or I don't have the picture on my phone, I can always go into my emails and find my ID, yeah, i.e. driving license or passport, and present to whoever, not the police, but whoever, to prove who I am on the spot. So I've been doing this digital ID thing from before. I'm the originator of this digital ID. Don't piss me off. I deliberately took a picture of my passport and my driving license so that I can prove who I am if I need to, for whatever crazy reason, not to the police. So I've been doing this digital ID thing. I'm the originator of the digital ID thing. They got the idea from me. They were snooping through my emails. I'm like, hold on a minute, this guy's got a picture of his passport and his driving license. Maybe everyone should do that. Yeah, you know what? The whole of the UK blame Jay Wise for digital IDs. Yeah, all my fault. Sorry, but not sorry, guys. But yeah, no, seriously, yeah. So I don't give a damn about no digital IDs and that. Yeah, 3 million people signed the petition, and whoever said no, I don't care. I would not sign the petition. I don't care. Yeah, we ain't at 5,600 yet. Still need 13 more follows. You lot put it in the chat. Follow the account so you can tell the story. Someone write it in the chat. Follow JY so that he can tell the story about the langers on the trainers on the train. Will we ever see JYs on the news? Yeah, hopefully, yeah, for positive stuff, yeah. And why? One day I will sit down and talk with Piers Morgan. You watch. When you releasing the P Star vid, obviously I need to make it, but yeah, that would be a good one. Boy. Anyway, dozing off there, mate. Right. Someone put in the chat 12 follows to go. Yeah. So I said, he said that Piers Morgan's is. Nah, man, I like Piers Morgan. He's all right, man. He's all right, man. You ever had a bad driving lesson? No, I had a really good driving instructor. One Iranian guy called Reza. Jilani. When I used to drive the car, yeah, obviously we will get into a bad habit of putting one hand on the gear stick because you're constantly changing gears because it's manual, and driving with one hand. Not on some G shit, but you know, just driving with the hand on the gear stick and driving with one hand. He used to have a pen in his hand, yeah, and he used to whack my hand anytime I used to have my hand on the gear stick. Best driving instructor. He said he has like a 70% first time pass rate. Yeah. He don't let none of his students go for the test unless they're ready. I went and I passed it first time. I could have failed it, just like my riding test. I could have failed that as well. I passed it first time. But yeah, he used to hold the pen in his hand. Anytime he would beat my hand with the pen. When did you pass the motorbike test? I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. That was the best day of my life. So this is a little story time before the other story, if we ever get there. Yeah. So basically, in November of 2016, I went up to Northampton to look for properties. I viewed 7 properties in the Northampton and Wellingborough area in one day. So I made a day out of it. Yeah. I must have left Edmonton at like 8:30, drove all the way up to Northampton and viewed a total of 7 properties. Now, the property next door, because this is property number 6 that I own right now. The property next door, which is property number 1, i.e., that's the first ever property that I bought. In the day that I came up to Northampton, where I viewed 7 properties, that was property number 5 that I viewed. Yeah. Trying to think, was there any other properties that I viewed that I might have wanted to buy instead? I don't think so. So anyway, I viewed that property, and let's say I viewed that property on November the 16th. I think it was like a Thursday or something. So viewed the property. It was property number 5. One black youth called Ashley Bigima. He showed me the property, had a look inside, was chatting to him. I remember me and him was talking in the bathroom and that. No homo, yeah. I remember I was sitting on the bathtub and that, chatting to him. No homo, allow it, yeah. Yeah, went downstairs and he was about to lock the door and I'm like, let me go and have another look. Went upstairs, had another look. I'm like, yeah. Went and viewed property number 6, property number 7, left Northampton, stopped off at the Wagamama's in Milton Keynes. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to put down an offer on that property number 5 that I viewed. So that same evening when I got back at like 10 p.m., 10:30, I emailed him. I remember like my computer, I didn't have a laptop these times. I used to use a computer downstairs. So I emailed him on the computer downstairs that, yeah, I'm willing to put an offer of 136 grand on that property. So anyway, the next day, let's say it was like Friday or something, he got back to me like, yeah, okay, I'll put the offer forward to the vendor because the property was listed for 140. Yeah. So I said, I'll put an offer in for 136. I don't even know why I did 136 or 135, but anyway, 136. So he said, I'll put the offer forward to the vendor. We'll see what happens. So anyway, the vendor didn't respond, whatever, and straight away. I'm not expecting him to respond the next day or whatever. And that. But like after a week or after like 3-4 days, I contacted this Ashley youth. Like, yo, what one for the vendor? He's like, I ain't heard from him, but we'll keep trying it. Boom. Couple 3-4 days later, any news from the vendor? Nah. Left it another week. Any news from the vendor? Guy's just gone missing, MIA, missing in action, just disappeared, not responding to no emails. What's going on? So now, yeah, you know, it's like the chase, yeah. I want it, but I can't get it. Yeah, it makes you want it some more. So now I'm starting to have visualizations, like, and literally, yeah, I'm actually living it out right now. Minus a sofa. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have the motorbike in the dining room area, and I'm gonna have the sofa and that. Yeah, like I'm just visualizing stuff, innit? Yeah. So anyway, boom. Yeah. So on the 5th of no, sorry. So yeah, didn't hear from the vendor for like 2 weeks. Nothing, no response. So on the 3rd of December 2016, I started my motorbike training. Yeah. So you do one day and then you do another day. And then on the 3rd day, you do maybe a little bit of training and then you go to the test center. Yeah. So done the first day training, second day training. And on the 3rd day, went to the test center. Now, yo, it was like judgment day. Yeah. I don't like, to be fair, obviously I wasn't nervous about doing the car test, but I think I was a bit more, I don't want to say the word nervous, not because, oh, macho man, not that bullshit, but it meant more to me to pass my bike test because I already had a motorbike. I already bought my R6 before I went for the training, before I passed the test. I never rode it, not once. I bought it, I rode it on my road when we took the motorbike off the van, because obviously I had to get it delivered here. And then I put it in my mom's back garden. I never took it out once. Every now and then I would start the bike in the back garden and just admire it, but I never ride it. So anyway, yeah. So it meant more to me. So there was more pressure to pass this motorbike test. So anyway, I said to myself, I swear to God, I even wrote about it in my book. I said to myself, if I pass my motorbike test on the 5th of December, which was a Friday, if I pass my motorbike test, I'm going to get a phone call from the estate agent to say that the vendor's got back in contact and the vendor has accepted the offer of 136 on the property. This is my first property, yeah? Boom. So went for the motorbike test, passed the motorbike test. Could have failed it, but I passed it, luckily. I'm in the barbers. We got my John Barber. Been my barber for years now. I'm in the barbers and I'm sitting there mid haircut. I get a phone call. It's the estate agent, because I know the number. I got the number saved. It's the estate agent. I said, John, 1 minute, important phone call. Went outside. He's like, hello, it's Ashley from such and such estate agents. I've got good news. The vendor has got back in touch. He was actually in one of the Arab countries like Qatar or something on holiday. And he's one of those people, he don't respond to emails when he's on holiday. He's a doctor. Now, I don't know if he's a medical doctor, but he's a doctor by title. Because when I saw his name, he was like DR, whatever in it. So he's a doctor by title. He might not be a medical GP, but he's a doctor by title. When he's on holiday, he don't answer emails, period. Cool. Yeah, anyway, got some good news. He's accepted the offer, so we can proceed with you purchasing the property. I knew it. I knew it. Now, this ain't no hocus pocus, superstition, oh God. I'm just saying it. I just knew when I passed that exam, if I pass my motorbike test, I'm going to get a phone call from the vendor saying that the offer on the property has been accepted. So that was the best day of my life. That, yeah, wrote about it in my book. The best, I think the chapter was called The Best Day of My Life. That was the best day of my life. And have you noticed, the best day of my life, both things were oriented, they were centered around success. You know, you get accepted to buy a property, that's a form of success. If you pass an exam, that's a form of success. I will never be happy as a man when I'm not achieving. Yeah. The kick, the happiness that it brings me when I get accepted to buy a property and that. Yeah, there's been times here where like I've gone to buy properties and the vendor might pull out and that. Certain people might think to themselves, oh, you know what? I was a bit unsure about that property. At least I get to save 25 or 30 grand. Nah, take my money. I want that property. So nothing makes me more happier than achieving a level of success. Let's see what the follow count is. 13 more. Hold on a minute. We've gone down one. We've lost one. Right, someone just follow. Not following until we get 12 more follows. That's it. There's 32 people watching. Just follow. If you want to hear the story about how I got onto the girl on the train in front of everybody. If you want to hear a story about something that you've never done as a man, because you're a pussy, then follow me and I'll tell you. Like I said, this is a challenge to all you lot watching this right now. The next time you get on the tube or the train, if you think, yeah, like, you know, sometimes you got to test and challenge yourself. I'm saying you're a pussy or a coward if you don't approach a nice girl in front of everyone, yeah? That's a challenge for you. Jay Wise, if you don't respect man, yeah, I challenge you to approach a girl on the train in front of everybody. I challenge you. Walk up to her as well. In front of everybody. If you lined up the 4 billion men that are on planet Earth, make them see the girl that is the girl of their dreams. Yeah. See if they approach. They won't approach. They won't approach. Playing on no, yeah, man, am I scared? Obviously, before that, I have approached girls on the train before. So it's not like I've never spoken to a girl on the train. But in that manner, like just walking up to a girl, because I've had girls come next to me and start talking to them. That's not the same. Yeah. I actually went out of my way. Yeah, man. I feel like the fucking man, bro. But I guess, you know, if you don't want to follow, then you will never hear the story. We've got until 10 o'clock. This motherfucker. This guy, you think I'm stupid, bro? This guy's unfollowing to follow. Yeah, someone else followed. Right, we've got 11 more. There's 33 people in it. I know all 33 of you people are not followed, yeah, are not following in that. So You must not want to hear the story. I said, bro, you're back. What do you mean I'm back? I was on last week as well. Yeah, maybe I didn't go live for like 2 days, 3 weeks or something like that. But oh, so this guy said, yeah, if it goes left, just get off and get back on the free carriages. No, 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 no. I said to myself, yeah, I don't give a damn, yeah, how it goes. I'm staying on the carriage. And furthermore, yeah, my stop was coming and I still stayed on. No, 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 we don't do no pussy or oh yeah, don't get the number, bust out. Nah, nah, nah. Or my stop's about to come. Let me just quickly say something and then duck off. No, no, no. We're gonna stand. We're gonna stand in this lava flow. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna stand. Yeah, in the cold. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We ain't scared out here. Yeah, we will embrace the awkwardness. Yeah. The awkwardness is not gonna break me. The awkwardness is not gonna scare me. Man's rock solid out here. Yeah. Yeah. I knew my stop was coming. And I said to myself, I ain't going nowhere. I think even the stop came, I still stayed on the train. Just because nobody knows what my stop is. Because they don't know me. But I know what my stop is. Nah, I'm not busting out. Nah, I want to stay. Stay. People that bust out, yeah, in them sort of situations and that, they're the sort of people that watch horror films like this. Man, I'm watching horror films like this, yeah? Nah. Nah. So I'm gonna try this. You know, it was a good feeling still. Good to step out of your comfort zone where you feel like a fucking man, blood. I'm telling you. Win, lose, or draw. Yeah, or well, there's no draw, but yeah, win or lose, you feel like a fucking man, blood. Everybody on this train was looking at this girl. Everybody, all the man them, they were looking at this. When I say man them, all the males, because certain man weren't man them, you know what I mean? Innit? There was only one youth on the train that was like man them, and he did not have the balls to approach her. He was sitting right next to her. This youth's all doing this, like just pretending there's something wrong with his neck and that, yeah, because he wanted to get a look at her. But I guess you won't know because you're not following. Man said all your recent videos very motivating. Man ain't broke no more. You listen, all of you lot should be doing this. All of you lot should have free TikTok accounts. Yeah. You don't have to put your face in front of the TikTok account. You can make videos about whatever you're into, cars, motorbikes, podcasts and that. Yeah, man, I'm talking about their street, the road experience and that, jail tales and that. You can make, listen, there's the TikTok use, making videos about P-stars and that, ranking them, best riders. Yeah. I seen one video, man talking about Gianna Michaels was a demon. You damn right she was a demon. Yo, she was on a different level. Forget about looks wise, yeah? Yo, she changed the game, boy. That girl was on, yeah. She was a dangerous girl, boy. Man lost fluid to that girl. Some of these women, boy, do you know what they don't understand? Yeah, like women like Lisa Ann, all these chicks and that, they don't know yet what guys have been doing to themselves just watching their image. Like if only they knew, yeah. Like I saw one thing one time on TikTok, and it was like, oh, so you think 1.8 1.8 1.8 followers. So you think 1,800 viewers isn't a lot? Well, look, this is what 1,800 looks like, and it showed a room full of 1,800 people or 1,000 people. Yo, do you know how many millions of men? Could I say a billion men on planet Earth? Well, That's quite steep. But then again, no. A billion men could have smashed away to one of Lisa Ann's video. Whoever the most watched P-star is of all time, say Lisa Ann, because apparently Lisa Ann is number one, yeah, like the GOAT, yeah, of all, yeah, she's the greatest of all time, yeah. A billion men could have smashed, because there's a billion men, there's 8 billion men right now, 4 billion men living right now. But that doesn't mean there hasn't been more, way more men living across time. So there currently is 4 billion men, but there's still been more men that have come before that have passed away in that. So yeah, a billion men could have smashed away to her content. Yeah, 110%. 110%. Do you watch Korn? No, I don't. I don't watch Korn. No. Korn went out of the window when I discovered my imagination. Imagination is the next level, boy. Man said, you got a wife? No. Although there's some guys that they got a missus and they still be watching the things they're not supposed to watch. Would you get married? No. $11 more followers to go. Man said it's either you smash, you bash, or you got a girl. No, you can just not do nothing. Yeah, you heard of no fap? Have you heard of that? Yo, that's a good discipline. Go 90 days. I promise you can't do it. Go 90 days, rude boy. Go 90 days, boy. Tell you something, yeah. When you holding yourself back, yeah, you have a different level of energy. You know what? That always makes me wonder. Like there will be like these couples, whether they're married or whatever, and the woman's like, oh, he's having trouble, standing up. You understand what that means? Yeah. My husband's having trouble standing up. I'm not talking about himself getting up out of a chair. He's having trouble standing up. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is, yeah, he's watching things that he's not supposed to be watching. I don't care what anyone's got to say, yeah, unless a man has some sort of issue, yeah, which some people do, and I'm talking about young people might have an issue, then yeah, fine. But that's only going to be a small percentage. I'll tell you what the problem is, why certain men can't stand up. They're watching things and they're touching themselves when they're not supposed to be touching themselves. I'll tell you something right now, yeah, you as a man watching this right now, go 2 weeks without doing anything with any girl or to yourself and see if you don't stand up like the fucking Eiffel Tower, yeah? But these men will lie to their missus and be like, oh yeah, I'm just having issues standing up and that. But they don't tell their missus, yeah, that they're watching things and they're doing things to themselves they're not supposed to be doing. Go 2 weeks and see if you don't turn into a different person. They're lying. They're not being honest. This person, okay, all right, cool. This person said, I went 6 months, I can't lie, it killed my libido, I couldn't function with my gal. That's you, boy. That's you, boy. I remember one time, yeah, I almost went 3 months. Yo, man was waking up in the middle of the night, spilling some milk blood, yeah? Because I never had that before. You know that man talk about, in the middle of the night and that. I never had that when man was like 14, 15. Yeah? Yo, man was waking up in the middle of the night, blood. That was nuts. That was nuts, blood. Yeah, almost made it to the 90-day mark, boy. But not because obviously man linked up with the thing in it, but yeah, That was nuts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So ice cream JT, that's what man's talking about. Yeah. Man said, I've gone a year and 7 months. What, nothing? No gal, no, what, no releasing yet? A year and 7 months. You must have been charged, boy. That is nuts. Bro, what do you think of man that go Viva Street? Bro, listen, I've never paid and I never will pay. I'm not paying for that. So a man asked, what's the longest you gone? Yeah, me was almost 3 months. Almost 3 months with nothing. Obviously, man's been on a year and a half drought before, but I'm talking about doing nothing. Yeah, almost 3 months. Almost 3 months. Imagine I changed my career, earned twice more salary. Good. Oh, 10 more. 10 more. Come on. There's 38 people watching right now. I know there's about probably 20 of you or 15 of you that ain't followed. Just need 10 more people to follow, and I'll get on the way with the story. You might have to grab your popcorn because it's going to be a little long one. Have I got popcorn here? I think I might be at my other house. You see, when you got so many properties and that, you might leave your popcorn at your other house. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. This person's saying releasing through, you get me, certain dreams, spilling the milk in the middle of the night and that. That don't class as relapsing because it's not you doing it. You know what I mean? That's your body overflowing. You understand? You can't help that. That's not your fault. That's like a man. That's like a man going up to a transformer and getting the number and then clocking afterwards. Hold on a minute. That don't mean that you're into that. You got fooled. It's not your fault. Yeah, it's not your fault if you get a transformer number or something like that. You didn't know, innit? But once you know, yeah. Ten k flip best way. What do you mean 10k flip best way? Oh, how to flip 10k? Probably buy and sell cars and that. Yeah. Yo, JB, you can't keep unfollowing and following. Oh, we're almost there. 7 to go. Come on, let's go. 7 to go. One sec. Coming back. Hey, you man, hurry up and follow because I want to tell this damn story. How many we got? How many we got? How many we got? 7 to go. Let's go, man. Come on. Yeah, respect myself. I'm gonna follow my burner account. Yeah. How's a man, yeah, got an account that has no name, no picture, but he's talking about he's also got another burner account? That is the burner account. You ain't even got a picture, rude boy. A man, big up out of sight, yeah. This guy is talking about he's gonna follow me on his burner account. And I respect, obviously, innit? But I just find it funny, yeah. He said he's gonna follow me on his burner account. The guy has got 13 followers and he's following 25 people, but he's got a burner account. I thought that was the burner account, rude boy. Jesus Christ, I want to see how much you got on your burner account. Motherfucker's got -1 followers on the burner account. 6 more to go. Come on. Hold on a minute. What was he at? What was he at before? Was he at 7 or 9? Do you think you have anger issues? Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm telling you, though. You don't know me, fam. You don't know me. Someone called Matilda joined. Big up Matilda. That's the name of my motorbike, you know. So my red R6, yeah, it's called Matilda. The bike over there. So my other bike, I don't know. You not see it? The bike over there. I'm trying to think of a name. What name? What should I call my bike over there? I don't know, because I thought about this yesterday when I was in Edmonton, or Saturday, one of the two. When I was what should I call my bike? I don't know what I should call the bike. You know, trying to think. What should I call the bike? The R1. Someone said Ronda. Someone said Matic. I can't call it Matic because it's too close to Matilda. It has to have a completely different first letter. You know, yeah, it can't begin with an M. It's already been used. So I'm trying to think. But I think, you know what? I don't know why, but I think Matilda is one of the best names for a motorbike. I don't know why. Where did I even get that from? Do you know where I got that from? The name Matilda. Who remembers? You lot are too young to remember watching this live, yeah. But you may have seen it. Who remembers Robot Wars? There was a robot in that TV show, the British TV show Robot Wars. There was a robot called Matilda, and it was one of the like. So basically, people used to go into the thing with their robot, and I can't remember. They used to fight and compete against other people's robots. But the people that used to like not host the show, but like the creators of the show, they had their own robots, and they were like beasts in there, and they would just destroy other people's robots and that. Yeah, man, big up that show still. But yeah, there was one of the beasts, one of the robots in there was called Matilda. That's where I got the name from. Yeah, the metal cage box fight. Yeah, with the robot. Yeah, with the remote control robots. Yeah. There was one called Matilda. That's where I got the name from. It wasn't from the film, the little girl. Nah, that's where I got the name from. You see, Robot Wars. Can't believe I forgot that program. Like, trust me, that's the era that I'm from. Robot Wars, you know. Press 1, yeah, if you're old enough to remember watching Fort Boyard. Who remembers Fort Boyard? Yeah, that's how you know, man, showing man's age, you know. Fort Boyard. Obviously, I remember one, but I didn't watch it live because I'm just too young to watch it. But there was one called Crystal Maze. Some of you don't even. know what the fuck Crystal Maze is. Certainly you lot so young, your grandma used to watch Crystal Maze. So yeah, Robot Wars, the house robots. Let's see the names of the house robots. Oh, they had different series. Like they had a UK, they had a US. Of course, they had a US because the UK probably ripped it off of the US. Let's see the names of the robots now. Right, they had Dead Metal, Matilda, Sergeant Bash. Where's Young Spray when we need him? Sergeant Bash, you know. And then they had one called Shunt. And then they had another one called Sir Killalot, Mr. Psycho, Growler. But yeah, I remember that was it Fort Boyard or whatever it's called, Hermione, you know. No, maybe I should name it after one of them females in the Harry Potter, but like Hermione, I don't know, because do you know why Matilda's the perfect name? Because it's like a female name, but it's like it sounds aggressive. I don't know. When I hear the name Matilda, to me it sounds like an aggressive name, but maybe that's because I'm thinking of the robot. So I don't know, but Matilda to me, I think that is the best name for a motorbike. I don't think that name there could be matched. So you know what, yeah? Think of a female name, yeah, that's like a little bit aggressive. So like the name Maya, that's not an aggressive name. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna name my motorbike Shaniqua, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think what would it? I don't. Matilda cannot be beaten. There will be a name. When I come up with a name, I'll show you. I'll inform you. Maybe like call the bike something like Beatrice or something like that. You know what? I think the name is gonna be with. It's gonna have a B. The name of the bike is gonna have a B. I don't know what it's gonna be. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. Bonnie. Should I call the bike Bonnie? Should I call the bike Bonnie? I don't know. I did meet a dog called Bonnie actually, and the dog was aggressive. So maybe I should call the dog. Should call the bike Bonnie. I think the bike needs to have a name beginning with B. Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you know what? If it wasn't for Bonnie Blue, yeah, she ruined it still. Look, this guy, Bad Gal R1. No, you can't. That's like me. No, you can't name something after what it is. That's like my first name being Jay Blackman. No, you can't. That's like my first name being Human. You can't. The bike can't be called Bad Gal R1. That could be a license plate, maybe, but nah. You know it's an R1. There's people called Christian and Innocent. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know someone called Christian as well. Now I can't name the bike Blue because the bike is grey. Never know. Might be able to call the bike grey, you know. Be able to. Or maybe. Oh, I might have come up with it. No, I might have found it. I might call the bike Sheba. Do you know why? Because there was a Mortal Kombat character called Sheba. I think she had like 4 arms. That's it. So you know what? Yeah, the bike, yeah, has to be named after like a female villain. Even like, you know, like what was it? Yeah, the fucking the mermaid. What's the big fat woman's name? Ursula. Something like that. It has to be named after a female villain. That's it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on top. Yeah, that's it. So any like female villains, yeah. From all right, so this is what you need to do, yeah. In the chat, yeah. You need to write down names of any like female villains, whether it's like female fighters in any video game. So let's say like Sakura from Street Fighter or Chong Li or something like that. Name female. It doesn't need to have a B. It could be anything. Yeah. Yeah. Sheba. That one there. I think that name there is gonna stick still. Nah, not Sakura. Nah. That one it don't sound. It needs to sound aggressive. Someone I know had a dog called Sheba. It was a big German Shepherd. This dog was fucking scary. Back when I used to not like dogs. Ivy. That's actually one of my family members' names still. Jealous, was it? Jealous Sally? What? Call it Baba Tunde. No way. Respect my bike, man. Yeah, it might have to be Sheba, you know. Right, let me type in Mortal Kombat. So Mortal Kombat females. Female characters. You got Kitana, you got Sonya, Cassie, nah, Nitara, nah, Tanya, nah. Why does it only come up with like 10? There's so many more female. Hold on. Oh, it's Shiva, not Sheba, Shiva. Right, let's check the follow count. 4 more. You man, rise up your burner accounts. Apparently, Shiva was a good character as well. You know, I didn't even know that. I thought Shiva was an evil character. Well, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not calling my motorbike Madeline because my bike is not going missing. Yeah, no one's taking this bike, boy. This bike is not going missing. Boy. 2 more. Come on. You man, go over to the JYCV 2.0 on TikTok and follow. Yeah, come on, let's go, man. 2 more. Pick up JB. I don't know what you're doing, JB, but you seem to be following and unfollowing and that. I don't know if that's actually gonna work, you know. 2 more. going up. It's going up. We almost there. We almost there. Oh, so someone said ivy is in poison ivy. Yeah, I might call the bike Shiva, you know. Did you see my comment? What's your comment? Right, grind in silence. Comment. Right. How did you stay disciplined to buy a house at such a young age when temptation is everywhere? Because I'm not a sheep. Yeah, I never will, I never have cared about living, you know, or buying luxury items like cars and clothes and that. I've always been good with money. Obviously, when I was younger, like in school, I used to buy and sell Christmas drinks and that. So I've always had a good way of handling and managing money, and I've always been disciplined with money. So yeah, that's how I was able to save up 30 grand by the age of, was it 24? Just saving every month, save a grand. But you know, it wasn't even necessarily saving a grand. It's just save as much as I can, which happened to be about a grand. Obviously, some months were 900, some months were 800, but maybe some months I might have done a little private work and saved up 1,100. You know what I mean? But yeah, have you had to fight a tenant for not paying rent? Nah. But at the same time, the last tenant that I didn't have to kick him out or evict him and that. But anyway, he didn't want to accept that I was taking £50 off of him because he burnt the mattress because he was angry that I gave him 30 days notice to leave. Yeah. So he was annoyed. So he didn't want to pay. He didn't want to accept that I'm taking the £50. I said to him, listen, you're not getting the £50 back. He said, I am getting £50 back. I said, well, we can fight over it. Now, obviously, when I'm going down there to see him, obviously, I'm just hearing in my head, Jay, please don't end up in the police cell today over £50 fucking. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let no tenant try to take the piss, blood. So what do you do? Yeah. What do you do? Do you let a tenant take the piss and burn the mattress and that? You know what I mean, and not be held accountable for it, or you know, do you jam it on him and then wherever it goes and that? No, we're still not there. Two more. You never know. Like maybe some random person, yeah, like might follow from just watching videos and that. What motivates you to keep expanding instead of just maintaining? What are you talking about? The properties? Just clarify for me, please. Property. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you can maintain. So this person's asking me like, what motivates me to keep expanding instead of just maintaining the properties and that? Well, you're never going to build up a property portfolio if you just have one. You know, you need to have multiple properties on top of properties to, you know, have a property portfolio and that. You're not just going to get rich off of having one property. You're not going to be able to just you're not going to be able to retire off of just one property. I mean, you might get fortunate enough to buy one property that makes so much money, like it generates 10 grand a month from this one property, and then that's how you're able to retire in that, or at least become financially free in that. But what's the chances of you being able to just buy one property that's going to bring you back a return of 10 grand? You know what I mean? So yeah, you just got to keep building and expanding your property portfolio and that. And you have to do it as soon as possible. You don't want to, over a 25-year period of time, buy 5 properties. You want to buy 5 properties in 5 years. Yeah. So that you can plant your seeds and let them grow into apple trees. That's how you have to see it. Would you rather, yeah, get a seed for an apple tree, plant it, and wait 5 years for it to grow, and then from the apple tree you use those fruits to plant more seeds? I mean, that sounds good, but here's a better option. Why not just get 5 separate apple tree seeds and plant five seeds in the soil and watch those 5 trees grow at the same time? You don't want to have to wait for one thing to grow. And basically, put it this way, you don't want to have to buy one property and wait for it to go up in value after 5 years and then pull out money and then buy another property. Now, that's worst case. You want to be able to just buy the 5 properties as soon as possible, then watch them increase in value. And that's what I've done. All right, boom. Someone said I made it. Should I get a cup of tea first? How many cup of teas have I had so far? Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. No, that means I have to leave the YouTube, man. Then. Fuck it. Let me make a cup of tea quickly. I'll bring the TikTok people with me. You lot on YouTube. If you want to see me, you got yes, finally. I said, tell the story. One second. I said, tell the story now. Be careful. The light might just cut out, you know. But it was like 10K to start making growth because, yeah. Obviously, I've got one account already that I'm making money off. And then, yeah. So, I'll have another account to make money. What's your other account? This is what I'm talking about, yeah. Obviously, I'm not blaming this person because they might be new. I don't know who this Mr. Ricks guy is, yeah. But there are people that follow me on JYCP, right, that don't know about JYCP 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and clips and reacts and that. Yo, I've got other accounts with videos that don't appear on other accounts. They're all exclusive. Now, every now and then, you're going to find videos that cross over and that, yeah. But there's a lot of videos that are not on all the other accounts. Like, especially when I respond to comments, you're not going to find that on another account. I'm not going to respond to a comment. Like, let's say, for example, yeah, I made a video today because people were moaning that I didn't give the African man, you know, the Ghanaian man, I didn't give him no food or no money. He was struggling. It's not my job to fucking feed him. Yeah? So I responded to that comment. Someone was like, oh, have you no grace? And I'm saying that, yo, people are moaning that it's my job to help this African guy. I'm saying that there's no point in me helping this African guy. You know why? Because I'm not fixing the root of the problem, which is him. Yeah, let's say I give him food or money. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna tie him over what for another week, and then he's gonna go back to square one being broke. In this kitchen, yeah, I don't have a proper, you know, like a jar for the sugar and that sort of. Straight out of the pumpkin. Oh, YouTube man, them, YouTube man, them. Yeah, respect for you lot staying on. Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. All I'm doing is making a cup of tea quickly, and then I'll proceed with the story. Yeah. Get your popcorn ready. Yeah, you might get your popcorn ready. Is it still about the money at this point, or has the population shifted? What for? Ah. Do you drink tea at work from the customer's cups? No. You see, on this contract here, I've done like 4,000 tests. I've probably only had 5 cups of tea from the tenant. The tenants here, I'll phone the tenants and say, listen, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm 10, 15 minutes. They'll say to me, what, give me 10, 15 minutes, boy? You want to tea? You can't? No, I'm all right, thanks. No. And those ones there that offer to make the tea, are always ones that are fucking nasty and dirty. So man said, at your level, I imagine financial freedom is already handled. So what keeps you motivated for more? Nah, I'm not financially free because if I stop working, I still got bills to pay. Nah. Until all of my properties are rented out, then I can say, yeah, I'm financially free. I still need to work. I got tax to pay as well, so I still need to work. So I ain't financially free. What's your email for the electrical agency? So JK sorry. JYCB at outlook.com. Yeah, JYCB at outlook.com. Someone type it in the chat. Alright, and YouTube man, David, if you lot are still there, if you can hear this, I'm coming now, yeah? Let's go! Oh, we even got more people. Sorry to keep you man waiting. The show shall go on. What biscuit is that? I've got Oreos. I've got Oreos Maryland, and this is a cheap bar of chocolate, but I love this bar of chocolate. I've been buying this for years. I don't buy it all the time, just once in a while, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year, if that. I mean, we got 365 days in a year, so if I'm only buying it 4 times in a year, you know, it's not my favorite. But it's not something that I buy often. But yeah, I like it. It's just a plain bar of milk chocolate. I don't know, for some reason I just like the way. Yeah, a man said, Jay, eat healthy. This is not the way, man. I know, but you know. I said Oreos and chocolate at 10:30 is crazy. Yeah, I ain't even had my dinner yet. I've only had Nando's earlier today, and that was for lunch at like 3 o'clock. So the only meal I've had today is Nando's at 3 o'clock. So don't ask me, do you know Lamps? No, I don't know. Yeah, R.I.P. man, he was a real one still. Right, boom, with the story now. So, like I said in that previous video, where I was talking about, you know, I've got a story to tell and that. I'm saying that 99.9% of man would never approach a gal on a packed tube or a packed train. They may approach a gal on a platform when they're waiting for the tube or the train, or they may talk to a girl on the tube or a train when it's just her and him on the fucking carriage and that. But most man, if the train is packed or at least every seat is filled up, they're not gonna walk over and make an approach. No way. Maybe if a girl comes next to them and they bump into the girl on purpose, oh, sorry, and okay, you know, you might as well give me a number with that. They might try some sly shit like that, but most men are not gonna get up out of their seat, stand up and walk over to a girl and chat to her in front of everybody, yeah? Because all eyes are on you, yeah? Because this is the thing, with tubes, everyone knows there's mad people on the tube. So people are just waiting for nonsense, yeah? Make you have an argument with someone on the tube and see if a camera's not out in your face watching you, yeah? So anyway, boom. So obviously, Friday evening, I'm gonna give you all the details, yeah? Just so you can paint a picture in your mind and that, yeah? So Friday evening, I've gone down to Edinburgh. I've gone to my mum's yard. So boom, Saturday now, I've got up and I have to go down to Kenton, which is in northwest London, yeah, near Harrow, yeah? So obviously, when I go to get my motorbike, I'm on foot. I have to take public transport because if I drive my car down there, okay, I get my motorbike, but how am I going to get my car? So I have to take public transport. So anyway, gone to Edmonton Green train station and jumped on the Overground train. So when I was at the Overground, I saw one light skin. She wasn't even like, I don't know, like some kind of like Latino chick in it. Yeah? And I saw her and I thought, that's why I ain't approaching her. So anyway, boom. And then I thought to myself, you know what, yeah, approaching gal on the train in front of bare people is kind of long, you know. And I remember I heard, I'm hearing one of my brethren say to me, I don't approach girls on trains. He said, that's one thing I don't do. You don't approach girls on trains, innit? And I understand why now. And I did kind of clock, like, you know, not too long ago as well. It's probably because there's a bunch of people around. You know what I mean? When you're in a shop, walking down the aisle and that, yeah, there's not that much people around. And if people are around, people are like walking around and doing what they're doing and that. You're not exactly you're not in a fixed location where everyone's just sitting down and no one can go nowhere. Like me approaching this girl, yeah, or a man approaching a girl on a train in front of everybody is like the equivalent of being in a packed doctor's surgery and everyone's just sitting there in silence and you go up and approach and you walk up on a girl, yeah? So boom. So got on the train at Edmonton Green, got off at Seven Sisters, gone down onto the underground to get the Victoria line. Now I need to go to Kenton, so I think I need to get like the Bakerloo line, which is the brown line, and I think I need to get off at Oxford Circus or something like that, yeah? So anyway, boom. Got on the Victoria line, yeah, on the tube straight away, no waiting around really. Boom. So the train's pulled up now. Yeah, the tube's pulled up. So I've got on. Now I've got on the carriage and I'm at the end of the carriage. I'm not at the end of the train. I'm at the end of the carriage. You know when you're at the end of the carriage, yeah, there's like a door that's locked. but you can see onto the other carriage and that. Like you can even, there's even like a little window, you can pull it down to let the wind and the air go through and that. So I'm there now, innit? Yeah. Now there was two guys, I think they kind of like knew each other because I'm sure they got off together. Like one was like one big Arab looking guy, like maybe he's like from Morocco. There was an ex-African guy chilling there. And they were sitting down, you know, like they're not proper seats. They're kind of like bench things. You kind of rest your ass on it, but you're not sitting down. You know what I'm talking about. So they were there. So after they got up, they left, yeah. So they got off the train at the next stop, which was I think Finsbury Park, yeah. So they got off. So when the guys got off, I took their spot. So now I've got my back to the carriage that's behind me and that, so I can see what's going on. So boom, these 4 girls got on the train now, yeah. So there's 3 blonde girls and 1 mixed race team. Now, when this girl got on the train, obviously I clocked her straight away in it, yeah, because she, you know, she had a face on her in it, yeah. So when I'm on the train, and the train is packed, everyone's sitting down, bare people are standing up, but I can see her because she's tall as well. She's probably like in her little heels that she got. She was probably like 6'1", yeah, so she was tall. I'm looking over and all I can see is legs and a short torso, yeah, like that, yeah. So boom, they were being a little bit loud, not ratchet, but they were being a bit loud. And there's four of them, they're just talking there on the train. They probably have to even shout as well because it's quite loud on the tube at times, as you know. So boom, so man's standing up now, and I noticed like other guys on the train, they were praying. You know what I mean? Certain men were only there for like 1 stop and then they got off. But I noticed guys were praying, innit? Yeah? Because naturally there's four gal and that, so there's praying, innit? So boom. So I'm just standing there and I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Yeah, it would be wild to go over there and try and chat to this gal in him. I'm like, no, that's long. Forget that. Again, you know what I mean? Man was making little sly excuses, you know, like, oh, but the drip is dead today. She might have a boyfriend. Yeah, the drip was dead. Oh, the drip was dead. Listen, I'm going to get my motor back. I'm not wearing a 3-piece suit. Yeah. So, and I'm like, oh, my hair's looking mad because I ain't got a haircut and that. So anyway, so man's making bad excuses. So let's say like the next stops come, more people are getting off and getting on. There came a time when they was able to sit down, so they moved closer. Yeah. So now these 4 girls are sitting down. Yeah. There's 2 on the right and there's 2 on the left. Now, again, I'm still in the same position and that, and I'm just looking in it. Well, obviously I know why in it, but like I'm thinking, do you know what? Maybe I should just go over there and talk to this girl, you know. But obviously, man's making a little bit of excuses and that. And obviously, it's a situation where it's a tense situation because there's a bag of people there watching, innit? And you know what? It wasn't even a case of I ain't even worried about getting rejected and that. Do you know what it is? It's just no one wants to be approaching gal in front of other people and that in a fixed location. That's what it is, isn't it? So anyway, as I'm standing up there and I'm thinking about it, yo, man, starting to hear people's voices in my head. Now, man, not got schizophrenia, not yet anyway. But man, starting to hear people's voices in my head. Other content creators' voices in my head. So big up Marquette from The Saint and the Sinner. In one of his videos, he said, never tell yourself no, make them tell you no. And that is the really truth. Now, he was probably talking about business and that. But obviously, he talks about business and gal and that. So he's probably attributing it to both. Yeah. Never tell yourself no, make them tell you no. And that is the realest truth. Then I'm hearing AMS. Yeah, I'm hearing AMS. I don't give a fuck if you are on a packed subway. You see a nice girl, you walk over to her and you say, excuse me, I'm such and such. What's your name? Are you single and available? Would you like to go out for a drink? So I'm hearing that. Then I'm also hearing that Casey Zander. Yeah, I'm hearing him say, like in one of his videos and that, the reason why men are afraid to approach women is not because of rejection. They are afraid to act in a sexual manner in public, and that is the realest truth. Now, when he says a sexual manner, he doesn't mean mad where you could get nicked because you're flashing yourself. No, not that. But you know what I mean? Innit? You're expressing your sexual desires in public. That's what it is. Yeah. So I'm hearing that. Then I start to hear my own voice in my head. Fam, are you gonna let the opinion of other people stop you from making an approach on the girl? Like, blood, this could be your next baby mom or something. You just don't know. Yeah, this could be your next girl. You just don't know where this thing could go. So anyway, as I'm thinking about it more and more and more, now the pressure started to build up. Like, yo, I don't want to say the N word, but yo, nervous. You get me? The pressure started to build up and that. Then I start to hear more like words in my head. I'm like, bruv, just do it. Just do it. Just go. Just go. And then all I knew is, yo, I zipped up my jacket. Yeah? Because I had my jacket open and that. Because like, man was looking ratchet. Man's wearing a red puffer jacket, my JY's alternative jacket, the red one, with a green t-shirt underneath. And the jacket has got a tear where you can see the fluff coming out. Yeah, it's a motorbike jacket. I just wear it for riding bike and that. I'm wearing some tracksuit bottoms and some trainers and that. And I've got my helmet on me. So boom, managed to zip up my jacket and I took one step forward. That's it. Once you take that one step, you've committed. Yeah, man, don't pull out. Yeah. Anyway, again, so just so you know the setup, there's 2 girls on the right and 2 girls on the left. The mixed race girl is on the right hand side. Yeah. Because they're sitting opposite each other, yeah, the chicks. So boom. It's almost like as I took my first 2 steps, she knew. It's almost like she knew. Because as I walked over there, she looked me in my eyes. Because obviously I'm standing up, she's sitting down. Why she didn't assume I was walking past, yeah? Anyway, so I just gone over there now. This is in front of everybody. I said, sorry to disturb you, but I think you're the nicest girl on the train. I just wanted to know if I can get your phone number. She's like, I got a boyfriend, you know. I said, all right, then, that's cool. And then I turned around and I went back to my position. Now, I knew my train, my stop was coming up soon. Yeah, it could have been the next one or the one after because I was so engrossed in this premeditating this approach and I didn't even know where the fuck I was on this train. Yeah. So obviously she said she got a boyfriend and that. So yeah, cool. But that's not the end of the story. The battle ain't even over yet. So anyway, I went back to my seat now. I went back to my position and I said to myself, I'm not even getting off the train. Even if my stop is the next stop, even if the next stop is Oxford Circus and that's my stop, I'm not getting off. I ain't going out like no pussy, like, oh, it's an awkward situation. Let me just duck out. No. We're going to stand firm in this awkwardness because we're fucking men out here. So cool. So boom. So I stayed. Now, obviously, I don't know if it was my stop or the next stop. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't even look what stop it was because I said I'm not getting off. But anyway, so I sat there now. So, like I said, the mixed race girl, some person from Pakistan wants to join again. So the mixed race girl, sorry. So the mixed race girl, like I said, is on the right with one of her friends, and then there's 2 other blonde chicks on the left. So one of the chicks on the left, yeah, obviously I've got my earphones in now, yeah. One of the chicks on the left, yeah, I kind of overheard her say something about balls. Like she said the word balls. She's talking to the mixed race girl because the girl's opposite her. So she said it one time, she said balls. So I kind of caught it a little bit and that. So anyway, she looked over at me, like she just looked and then she looked away and that, and then she said, like I heard her the second time, she's like, that takes balls, you know. So I stood up now. I said, well, you think that takes balls? And she was like, yeah. She was like, to get up and go over to a girl on a packed train in front of everyone, that takes balls. And I was like, do you know what it is? Yeah, like, I just saw her. I thought she was nice. And then I saw a lot of guys looking and I thought, you know, let me make an approach. Now, like I said earlier in the stream, yeah, there was one black cute. He was young. Yeah, he was younger than her. And I'll tell you why I know he was younger than her. He was younger than her. He's sitting next to her and that, yeah. And I see him doing something like he's fidgeting and that, because I think he's trying to get a look at her or whatever. I don't know, innit? I know he wanted to talk to this girl, innit? But hey, you never said nothing, innit? So boom. So like I said, the girl said that takes balls. So me and her talking now, innit? So the girl that said it takes balls, she said, well, why don't you just get an Instagram? I was like, nah, it's cool. I'm not doing no Instagram thing. Because do you know what? I don't like girls seeing my social media, you know. When I meet chicks, I never tell them I have social media. Nah. I don't want them snooping through my social media. So I just said, nah, don't worry about it. It's cool. So anyway, a stop is approaching. It could have been Oxford Circus. It probably was. A stop is approaching. So there was some random woman that's not with these chicks. She's got up now, yeah. That's sitting next to the girl that said, "Ah, that takes balls." She's got up out of her seat. She's walked towards me and said, "Oh, you can take the seat now. It's all yours. Take your seat." So I looked at her and I thought, yeah, all right, cool. Now, prior to that, yeah, when I'm chatting to this girl, you see when the girl's saying, "Oh, that takes balls," and that, and I said, "Oh, I just thought she was nice. I thought, let me go over there." Everybody on this train was watching me. Yeah, I'm the only person standing up, and everybody was watching me on this train. Like, you know, like all their heads are facing this way. Yeah. So anyway, sat down next to the girls now, and yeah, I just sat down. I didn't even say nothing. I just sat down. So anyway, the mixed race girl's like, "Oh," she took off her jacket. She's like, "Oh, you're getting me hot now. You're making me nervous." I said, "You're nervous. I should be the one that's nervous. I'm the one that's gone up to you and approached you." She was like, "Yeah, but nobody in my whole life has ever done this." So I said to her, "How old are you?" And she told me, she said she's 27. And I said, "What area are you from?" She's local, yeah, from my borough. I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Edmonton." I was like, "What school did you go to?" She said she went to certain school. I said, "Oh, I went to Winchmore School." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool. So I think, yeah, so she must have asked my name and that. So I told her my name. Obviously, she told me her name's Tyler and that. So she was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't actually have a boyfriend. I just said that because you caught me off guard." And I was like, "Oh, if you don't have a boyfriend, I'll definitely get your number now." Innit? So I started reaching in my bag, not to pull out nothing, yeah, but I started reaching in my because I got a leg bag, so that's where I keep my phone in it, yeah. So I took out my phone. So I was like, "What's your number in it?" So she starts reading out her number now, innit? Yeah, 07, whatever. And her friend's like, "Now everyone on the train knows your number." I said, "Don't worry about that." So anyway, boom. So she give me her number now, and I don't know, maybe yeah. So we're talking for a little bit. Like she just said, "Ah." So she must have said, "Ah," to her friend. "You know what? I've always said that the guy that I marry, his name's gonna begin with a J." In my head, I just like, I ain't getting fucking married. But anyway, so she said, "The guy that I'm gonna get married to, his name is gonna begin with a J." Anyway, boom. So after obviously I got the number saved now, innit? So I thought, let me just double check. Yeah. So I turned my phone around. I said, "Is this the number?" So she's looked at the phone. Obviously, I've saved her name as Tyler, Tyla, because I've got a little girl, I've got a girl cousin called Tyler. Yeah. So that's how she spells her name. So I spelled the name the same. And she was like, "No, I don't spell it with an A at the end. It's ER." I said, don't worry about the name, how it's spelled. Is that the right number? I don't give a fuck about the name. Her name could be Xavier. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I need the number. I don't give a damn about the girl's name or how it's spelled. Anyway, yeah, got the girl's number and that. Then yeah, these times I've gone past my stop now. Yeah, I know I've gone past my stop. So anyway, they were getting up, so I got up as well and got off. And then as we all got off the train together, I was like, "All right, see you later, innit?" Boom. So me, I'm one of them guys that I don't do all this nonsense no more. Like get a girl's number and wait 3 days. Fuck that bullshit. Listen, if a girl likes you and a girl's into you, or a girl has some interest in you, she is gonna appreciate you messaging her the same day. You don't need to message her within an hour, but if you message her the same day, there's no problem. Why are you sitting there employing some stupid strategy? Right, I'm gonna sit there for 3 days and that. And then imagine messaging the girl and then she don't even reply after 3 days. You're anticipating waiting 3 days and that for what? Just message her the same day, man. If she's interested, she's interested. If she's not, she's not. You are not gonna build any interest in those 3 days. This is not the fucking early 2000s or the 90s where people don't know about these games. Yeah, you got that sprinkle motherfucker. Yeah, teaching gal and putting gal on game. They know the secrets. Yeah, this 3 day waiting 3 days. That the secret's out. Yeah, so don't even bother trying to play this waiting 3 days nonsense. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I thought, oh, let me message her at 5 o'clock. Now, let me message her in the evening so I can ask her what she got up to. Because the way they were dressed, like obviously they weren't dressed to the nines, but you could see like they kind of like, I don't know what they were doing, like going out for a brunch, or I don't know what they were doing. Yeah, but I feel like they were going somewhere around like Oxford Street, somewhere central London or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so I must have messaged her at 9 o'clock. It's Jelani, how you doing, whatever. She didn't respond back, and that was the end of that. Yeah, that was the end of that. So yeah, she didn't even respond back. But yeah, my head was so big, like I felt like, yo, untouchable, like Superman in this business, you know, like yo, because no one else has got the balls to do that, fam. Yeah, and if you feel like, oh, other people have got the balls to do that, I challenge you. The next time you're on a tube or train, you will see nice women. Go up to them and approach them. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it because it takes balls, blood. I'm not saying the girl's right next to you. I'm talking about you have got up out of your seat and walked over to the chick to make an approach. I'm not talking about a chick that's rubbing shoulders with you that's next to you and you kick her foot. Oh, sorry. By the way, what's your number? Nah. I'm talking about a proper approach. Yeah, not no stupid cat call as well. Like the carriage doors open. Are you single? No, and then you just dive off the train. No, none of that bullshit. Nah, a proper approach. Yeah. Try it. If you are a man, try it. You say you follow JY is the truth. Well, then start acting like JY. Don't be on no violence. Yeah, don't be going down Broadwater Farm or nothing like that. Yo, you see a nice girl, make an approach. You say you're about this. Yeah, I know certain you man gas yourselves up in the mirror. Like, yeah, man's about this or whatever. I'm not even talking about violence. I'm just like, yeah, man's about this. If you say you're about this, do it. The next time you're on a tube or a train and you see a nice girl, walk over to her, make an approach, and see if you don't talk yourself out of it. Yeah, only you will know. Yeah, only you will know. And that's the thing, yeah. The reason why I wanted to do it as well. Oh my God, someone called Tyler just joined. Imagine. Did you not see that? Press 1 in the chat if you saw that. Because you never know, yeah. You see when you contact people, yeah. Like basically, I've phoned tenants before, yeah. So I phoned these tenants, and then I see them pop up on my thing, like on my TikTok suggestions and that. Oh, you may know this person. I remember going to that woman's house a couple of weeks ago and that. So yeah, you never know. Hey, it might be her. Shh. No face, no case and that. But yeah, the next time you're on a train and you see a nice girl, yeah, go up and make an approach. See if you don't talk yourself out of it, yeah? It's hard. But anyway, like I was about to say, the reason why I wanted to do it, and the reason why I like me, because I will bully myself if I don't do it, you know? That's what I'm like, you know? The reason I wanted to do it, because nobody knows what's going on in my head. But I will feel like a coward. Yeah, it's not a situation where someone is disrespecting my mom and everyone knows I should have done something about it. It's a situation where I know that I was being a coward and that will eat me up. So I had to go and do it. I didn't give a fuck about failing. It weren't even that. It weren't even that. Anyway, that was it. So yeah, those were the adventures of JY's. I said we won't snitch. Don't expose the game. Bam. Listen. There's no game to expose. You could sit guys down. I mean, approaching a girl on the train, the physical act of walking over there and speaking is no different to walking up to a girl on the street. But you've got the pressure of everybody looking at you. Yeah? You've got the pressure of everyone looking at you. So there's nothing about the game to expose. There's no secret line or anything like that. Yo, you just got to get up and go over there. You just got to get up and go over there. And 99.9% of men will never do it. Now, obviously, she's just one girl. But what I'm saying is, she said nobody has ever come up to me on the train. Now, obviously, walking down the road, she probably get jackasses driving past, beep, 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 or yo, what one? Or man hiding behind a tree, yo, or cat calling and that. Well, that's not a proper approach. That's not. I never do that. I never cat calling. Obviously, there's certain things here where like I'll be in my car and I don't. They may be good enough to approach, like for me to pull up on them, but they're not good enough for me to get out of the car. So I'll just pull up to them in my car. Like, I don't think they're good enough. But if the thing is bad, I'm stopping that car. One of my brethren has stopped the car in the middle of the road, you know, Tottenham High Road. Put the handbrake up and blocked the traffic to approach a gal, you know. Yeah. Certain of my pack back in the day, they were different. I'm not even talking. These man, my brethren, like he's man them, but he weren't in no gang or nothing like that. Yeah. Certain man that I used to run with, boy, some of my brethren, like they weren't even GMs. Like they looked like they would be gang members and that. Yeah, us man were different. I remember when me and my brethren, yeah, we used to go to Westfields to regulate the Westfields in Stratford. Good times, boy. Man, we ran up to like 20 girls, boy, just approaching. Fun, boy. Sport, boy. You know what? Yeah, that is. I was watching a video. Some woman was saying that is actually a skill. And I'm thinking, you know what? She might be right. She was basically explaining like, yo, it's a skill to be able to go out to a total stranger and convince them to give you their number. Like, be able to even say some words, obviously look presentable as well, but say some words that will convince them to allow you into their life. You know what I mean? So yeah, it definitely is a skill. It doesn't feel like a skill because I don't use no amazing word. I just keep it simple. You know what I mean? I might adapt it to the situation. Like if I'm in a shop, let's say like Tesco's, what are you cooking me tonight? If we're in the aisle where the spaghetti is, you know what I mean, innit? Or, like, just adapt to the situation, innit? But yeah. I've never used this stupid line. Have you got the time? No, I respect myself too much. Have you got the time? Man asking, bro, if I was standing with a gal and a man try and move to the gal next to me, I'm a move, bro. That's beef right then and there, fam. You're disrespecting me. Let me tell you something right now, yeah. If I'm with a girl and it's my girl and then her friend is there, I don't even want a guy coming up to the friend to talk to the friend when I'm there. You can come up to the friend and talk to the friend when I'm there if you say, is she your girl or something? Like, just give me that little bit of respect, bro. I don't just walk up on a gal. I don't like that stuff. Don't come in my space, bro. Don't come in my space. If a man ever approached me and I'm with a gal, listen, even if you imagine like I'm with a female friend, I don't have no female friends. Yeah? If I'm with a female friend and a man try to walk up on me to try to talk to the girl when I'm with her, you're violating me because you should assume that I'm with this girl. So what you're trying to say is you can move to my girl. It doesn't matter if she is my girl. She could be my friend. You should assume that because I'm with this girl, that she is my girl. I find that disrespectful. That's never happened before. There was one time actually, we was in a group and some guy must have tried to holler at one girl that we was with. But to be fair, we wasn't even walking that close and that. But yeah, no guys ever try to approach me when I'm with a girl. Nah. I will turn that into a situation right then and there. So man said, why don't you have female friends? I don't need no female friends. I don't need no female friends, man. Anyway, I'm coming off in 1 minute because I still got paperwork to do. I still got struggle food to eat. I'm gonna be eating some struggle food tonight. I got mackerel and noodles tonight. So I said, nah, this guy is hilarious. I'm actually crying. So the good thing about this, yeah, you man that's in the chat watching right now that just watched me talk about approaching a girl on the tube, yeah, you lot can rewatch this video on the live. So you can go to YouTube, go to the most recent live, and you can watch the video. But yeah, I'll be releasing the other one, the one that I made on the phone on TikTok. tomorrow. I would have done it today, but there was something happening on the accounts, like the views were really limited, and that's I thought I don't want to upload the video and they don't get no views. So. Jay Wise, what to do if there's bare lengthings and they're all friends? How do you choose one? Choose the one that you like. Whatever one you like, go for it. And that will be the one that's got a man, but then the other ones are single. But you know, once you've spoken to that one, you can't say, all right, well, are you single? No, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but it just makes you look like, yeah, it don't look good. But you know what, yeah, like, if girls are single, if I was a chick, I would not be single. And if I was a chick, I would have a good man. Do you know what I would do? Yeah, if I was a chick, I would literally have 2 phones. Yeah, I would have a phone, my personal phone, and then I would have another phone with obviously another number that anytime a guy comes up to me and approaches me, I give him the number. Yeah, as long as you don't look like a crackhead or something like that. But I would take every and any guy's number. Obviously, if a girl thinks you're clapped or whatever, then yeah, fine. But what I'm saying is, the girls, they should just give out their number to any and every guy. Because you do not know, certain girls here will judge a man on their appearance because he's looking trampy that day, but you don't know what he's got going on. People, forget about chicks, people will walk down the road and see me and think he's probably a delivery driver or something. When I tell the tenants I've got 6 properties, wow, I had a woman say, wow. She shouted it, wow. She said, whatever girl gets with you has hit the jackpot. She didn't, none of the tenants can look at me and think, yeah, they probably think this guy's got 1 house. Some of the tenants say, oh, so do you own your own house? I say, yeah, I've got 6 properties. They're like, what? So I could be walking down the street looking like a tramp. I might have just come back from a run or whatever and that. Imagine turning me down. Someone who is set to be a millionaire, yeah, real soon, obviously, in a decade or so. But that time will come quick. Someone who's set to be a millionaire. Imagine turning me down just because you happen to cross paths with me and I'm looking rough that day. Maybe I'm doing building work. See, the thing is as well, yeah, the reason why gal will see me looking rough on the street is because I'm working. Or I may have just come back from a run or whatever. And imagine turning me down and I'm destined to be a millionaire. Yeah. Imagine turning me down and then you're gonna go and pick some waste man to be your kid's dad. Yeah. I think all of us can watch this right now, yeah, and assume I will be a better father than 99.9% of men walking on planet Earth. So if I was a chick, any guy that come up to me, I would give them his number and I would literally probably get on the phone or message them, whatever, and I would slide interview them. First thing I want to know is what have you got going on and that. Once you ain't got nothing going on, I just delete and block the number. Straight. But hey, girls, they think they know it all, innit? Jay Wise, what's a shit wage? Do you know what? Yeah, it's all relative in that because I don't want to say a wage and then make you feel like you're working for peanuts and that. But I could say, like, you know, let's say I get paid £300 a day. There's people that would not even get out of bed for £300 a day. There's people who earn £800-900 a day. They would never work. They would never work a job for £300 a day. So it's all relative, yeah. But for me, obviously £12 an hour is shit money. You know, £15 an hour. No, I just want to work for that money. So I don't know. Put it this way, yeah, I need to be getting paid £1,000 a week. I need to be getting paid £1,000 a week. That's the minimum. £1,000 a week. Yeah, of course it depends on your age, innit? Like obviously, I'm not expecting a fucking 17-year-old to be getting paid £1,000 a week, but yeah, there is a 17-year-old getting paid £1,000 a week right now. Yeah. Right, coming off in 1 minute. look, the man. I said £1,000 a week. I might say, oh, that's 52k a year. Wow. The maths is on point, you know. Look at my man put it. That's 52k a year, you know. He's trying to act like he done some great maths. I think it's obvious. And you know what? If it's £1,000 a week as a self-employed person, it ain't 52 grand a year. It's less because you don't work every single week because they let you off. They let you go for 2 weeks during Christmas and that, so you're not gonna earn. Obviously, if you're an employee like PAYE on the books, yeah, you get paid holiday pay and that. But so yeah, if I was getting paid £1,000 a week as a self-employed person, yeah, it wouldn't be 52 grand. It would probably be 50. Because I don't take no days off. I don't take no days off ever. Did you pattern the neighbors? I'm always jamming it. I mean, I ain't had to jam it on the neighbors for a little while now, but every now and then there's these little Eastern European boys that live opposite. They think that they can play football outside for 5 minutes, and I move them along. Go to the cage or go up the street. You're not playing ball outside your house because their house is outside my house. You ever gonna beat your 5-hour live stream record? Now that you say that, maybe one day, but listen, I'm a busy man, and if I'm streaming for 5-6 hours, and I could be doing other stuff, so it's not really good for me to be streaming for 5 hours and that, because then it's taking away time that I could be using to even cut up videos. I said, Jay Wise, I'm moving to Brazil with 40k at 25. See, he one of them passport bros. He's one of them passport bros gonna go to Brazil with £2 in his pocket and think he's gonna be the fucking man. I say, when you're gonna have kids? ASAP. As soon as, boy. Looking to drop something. Yeah, man. I have to pass on my fortune to my youths then. Yeah? They're gonna be fortunate to just be a part of my bloodline. You know what I mean? I said 40k, not £2. I know, but still, there's certain man. They think because they're on 32 grand a year or 42. I know you said 40k as in money, like cash. But a certain man, they think because they earn 32k or 40k that they're gonna be able to just go over to these countries and that and then tear out the place and that. Nah, even big up man like Tate, yeah. He said that like there's guys from America that think the Eastern European women are easy. They think they can go over to Eastern Europe with $50 in their pocket and then tear out the place. He's right. You're not gonna be able to go over there. Because like he said, there's money over there as well. There's guys that have got money over there. There's guys that have Lamborghinis and Ferraris and that. Like, don't think it's just the poorest place on planet Earth and that. Yeah, there's broke people, but there's people that got money. And the girls are just going to go for the guys that have got money as well. So don't think that you're going to go over there and tear up the place just because you earn a little decent wage in the UK and that. If you're a dork over there, you're a dork over in Eastern European. You're not going to be a dork in America and then think you're going to be a G in Eastern Europe. No way. Or Brazil. Because there's bad man and there's guys with swag and charisma everywhere. So if you're a dork over there, you're a dork over here. Yeah? Simple as that. And then there was one black you, Waste man, some American you. This youth, yeah, was complaining and moaning about women in America having no standards and just giving it away without having to be courted and whatever and that. Yeah, he was moaning that women in America are not traditional. Yeah, women in America are not ladylike and that. That's cool. So he's gone over to Poland to try and find himself a woman that's of wifey material, a woman who's traditional. Allegedly. He's gone over to Poland and then he's moaning that, in Poland, it's not as easy as you think, you still have to spit some game. Like you still might not be able to get a first day late. He's moaning about it. So hold on a minute. You moaned about the black women or women in general in America, not you moan about them giving it away too easily and not being traditional women. Yeah. And being whatever 201s or whatever, I don't want to say it because they get video blocked and banned. But then you're gonna go over to Poland and then moan that the women are still difficult. But you can't make this up. The thing you are moaning about in your home country, you're moaning about it being too difficult in another country. This doesn't make no sense, bro. So that's how you know this guy just struggles with chicks because he's shit, bro. The hell are you gonna go to another country to then just be using fucking Tinder to get dates and that? Bro, that is synonymous with a guy who is low tier, who just solely relies on dating apps and don't go out and approach women, and then goes to another country to solely rely on dating apps. And the thing is as well, yeah, if you observe these guys that go abroad to these other countries, yeah, when you see them with these 9s and these 10 out of 10 girls from Brazil or Indonesia and that, it doesn't look right. Because the 9s and 10s that you see in America, the guys that they're in photos with look way better than these passport bro guys. Have you ever noticed that? You will see these passport bro guys here with pictures standing next to 9s and 10s. And it just looks odd because the 9s and 10s in America, the guys that they take pictures with don't look like this guy here. They don't look like that guy there. So, bro, these men just need to increase how they look and who they are as a man in their home country. There's millions of chicks, bro. The problem is, yeah, these guys, yeah, they want to live life on easy mode. You don't get nowhere in life living life on easy mode. You always want to live life on hard mode. Yeah, you want to do what's hard. You don't want to do what's easy. Why do you want what's easy? What's easy is what everyone else can have, and you don't want what everyone else can have. Wouldn't you rather a girl that makes you wait for a bit, yeah, as opposed to a girl that gives it to everybody on the first date, eh? Anyway, I'm coming off in 60 seconds. I've been on live for 3.5 hours. Nah, this is you lot have been holding me ransom. Well, I was holding you lot ransom. Anyway, 400 follows to go until I hit 10k. So the man said Jay Wise need to run for Prime Minister. Yeah, you're done now. Come on, man. I ain't going to bed early. I still got work to do, man. I still got paperwork to do. Yeah, remove stamp duty for real. All right. I'm gone now. Gonna make some struggle food, maybe. Yeah, man said, how can you be bothered to do the paperwork? I got to. My office at 8 in the morning, they're going to be asking me, can you submit the certificates? I have to. I ain't got no choice. I can't stand it. This is why it's the last thing that I do. It's the last thing I do before I go to bed every day, doing paperwork at midnight, 11 o'clock. Sometimes I do it earlier, but because I hate it so much, it's the last. Everything will get done. I even put a bed together today before I done this live stream. Yeah, everything gets done before I do paperwork. Anyway, I'm done. Respect to you lot for respect to everyone that followed. What you call it? To get me to 9,600. Yeah. All right. Respect you lot. Very well done, man. All right, YouTube man, them. All right, you lot on YouTube. I'm gone. Very well.